fuck up a little bit because I've been playing fucking Why are you? It booted in the wrong screen again. But yeah, I might fuck up a little bit at the start here because I was spending all day playing Fantasy Life. Clean the subway. Oh, this looks like a job.
It certainly is.
Say hello, Kalman, Fenful, Beowulf, however, Beast Hunter. How y'all doing? I was thinking about Chew today. Are you thinking about tell me what this city needs?
Answer the question.
This one needs a harsh winter before I can see it bear fruit. Owing to steady reputational rise of Muckingham, Caldera City Transportation Org is excited to announce the reopening of the subway links to the vibrant town. We'd like you to please deep clean the platform area ahead of the grand unveiling. Please note that while much of the graffiti in the facility could be said to possess artistic merit, we'd like you to remove it. They call this Caldera Town? There we go. Invite the tiger.
Get the tiger in.
I hope you all
need the help.
I hope you all watch the chat, 'cause check this shit out. Ah! Oh, what better place to start? Perhaps you would like some interesting statistics on railroad systems while you work. No, I got a Japanese man handling that for me in another game.
I'll start at the other end then.
Yep. Sehr gut. Would you recommend the 40 for this? Because I feel like it's kind of not...
It's doing the job.
Doesn't feel like it.
It's a good thing these rails aren't electrified.
I'm surprised they're not, considering power is running through here.
Then again, we are wearing all rubber suits, so...
The hot new Mythbusters myth. Is it okay to piss on the third rail if you're in a rubber suit?
Well, that would involve taking the suit off.
Yours, maybe. Got a little bit of a trapdoor there. Gonna sneak in under the radar. Oh, I guess that was you. I'm losing my fucking mind with this. I'm going to the 25. Nothing's getting cleaned and I hate this. Oh yeah, they actually did test that. That's why I brought it up. Because even when the Mythbusters produce a lot of scientific, you know, findings to the thing, a lot of people, like, try to prove them wrong. I'm really bringing this up because, for some odd reason, YouTube is really insistent about, what's it called? Showing me the video of, I Did a Thing where he says that, a penny off the Empire State Building would in fact be lethal. Still can't believe they're on CSI. I can. Those guys were very popular when they were still around.
I mean, Adam Savage is still around.
Yeah, he's untested. I'm surprised Jamie hasn't, like, tried to do the thing, but I guess he's not really...
He's not as much of a TV personality
Yeah.
as Adam is. To the point where they made that his character.
It's really wild too, because if I remember right, they actually tend to like butt heads a lot, both on and off Mythbusters in terms of like, you know, movie shoots. But hey, I'm pretty sure they're sitting on a nice, pretty little paycheck. Just never really as into it as Adam. Really? I always just thought that was just like him, you know? Never really, like, showing all that much exuberance.
Come look at this graffiti, it's pretty funny.
Oh yeah? Which one?
In general.
Meow, 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 meow. Vote for Catman, dirty, always lies. I don't know what I'm looking at here.
It's a King Kong.
Oh, okay. I thought so, but I wasn't 100% sure. I like this one. This one's pretty good. Though it just reminds me of the fucking, like, TV show of the kid transforming into a car. All my homies hated Jeff. Gnome. Turbo Teen, yes. Local legend,
Yes.
keep on winning.
Sadly, we must clean off the words of the prophets from the subway walls.
Oh, I'm aware. It's just that, you know, much like how all graffiti should be preserved in some alternate fashion, I am being the preservationist this time.
I see. Well, that's why I called you over before I cleaned it off.
Driving me nuts. Wait, isn't that... Wasn't the movie of the guy that owned the car that he wanted, that his wife got from a shoot?
Yes.
Aw, that's a good detail. Look at this chat.
This game is all about the details.
Look at this chat. Highwing's getting invested. 0 out of 10. Don't bother. Yeah, I do agree for something that's called... Something as that has such a cool name as Helter Skelter. It seems very mid.
It's just a slide.
Yeah. Also, my jump felt kind of floaty there for a second. I don't know what was up with that.
Yeah. Secretly, this subway is on the moon.
Ah, I see. This is someone trying really hard to confirm that the PM verse is just taking place on the moon. It just reminds me of that weird bit about Soul Eater, where for the longest time the psycho-looking moon just seemed like an aesthetic decision until it was actually relevant to the plot. At least that's what I've heard. I can't be 100% sure. I kind of stopped at about,
I stopped when the cat girl stopped being relevant.
so like 8 chapters in. Got it.
Yup.
I stopped way after like the first I stopped when Frankenstein started getting more shonen. Which is a shame because I kind of liked how admittedly fucking ridiculous looking all the psycho shit was getting. But then they kind of did too much of a good thing, you know? The chief of this map is to clear all 8 billboards first. Well, we fucked up.
Oops.
It's whatever. It's fine, I'll just activate a Zex
Oh,
Nova
I
and
couldn't
go
even
back.
tell that was a clock. Wow.
Still massively dejected about Soul Eater not. I remember hearing about that, but I don't know what that is. Also, it is a crying shame that Soul Eater kind of like went down the road it is, because I thought Maka's design was fucking slick.
Yeah, she's like pretty good.
She's like what I want Kingdom Hearts to look like. A prequel of sorts, I think. Ah. Bummer. Still not looking good. Don't know how you're going so quickly through that. You're just using the
Skill.
You're still using the 40, right?
I'm using the 25.
Oh, I'm still on the 15. No wonder I'm going slow. Like, I was using the 40, but it felt like it wasn't really doing anything for me. The reason Hibiki's wife is not seen standing very often in what now? Oh, Sympho Gear, that's right. Ah, what a great show. What a great show about so many lesbians punching the shit out of their problems.
I should watch Sympho Gear.
It is a bit of a long watch at like 5 seasons, but it's pretty fucking good.
I mean, my friends keep trying to get me to watch One Piece, so...
Oh, that's gonna be fucking impossible, dude. I hope they're not trying to get you to start from scratch.
I mean... I watched up to, like, the, what's the fucking jail? Something 7?
Water 7? I stopped it there,
yeah,
amazingly enough.
Yeah, I stopped at Water 7, because they were like, yeah, like, there's, like, this one pace thing that, like, really improves the pacing, and then I haven't been able to get my hands on it because I don't fucking trust most of the piracy services, I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, a pirate's life is not for me.
I think the big issue I had was that fucking Skypiea was such a goddamn slog. Then when I got to
Skypiea was really slow, which is, like, especially after the Alabasta arc, which was excellent.
Yeah, Crocodile continues to be my favorite antagonist. How do you beat a guy that's just a dude with a stogie?
I mean, I did like when they finally got to fucking Enel. That was really funny.
They just beat his ass wholesale, yeah.
Yes, I am the god of this world. Nobody can touch my power. What do you mean you hard counter me?
What god made hard counters exist? I mean,
Why do I have in my absolute bangers playlist Outer Wilds music? It is not time for me to be emotional.
I mean, it could still be a banger.
It's still a banger, but it is
not power washing music.
It is not power washing music. It's sit on the floor and think about the universe music.
Everything I want of my being wants to play fucking music from like Boshi the Rock or Rock is a Lady's Modesty, but like
yes, Darkest Dungeon music. This is definitely the apropos music. Sure, I'll play
Ruin.
this.
Ruin has come to our power washer.
Ruin has come to our subway.
You remember our
I mean,
venerable business.
just look around.
Opulent and imperial, washed upon the grassy moor. I remember those days in decadence before the economy collapsed.
You still mistakenly think that you are apart from the grime. I will show you.
Oh, man. That fight was rough.
Sure fucking was.
And then
I still haven't beaten Darkest Dungeon 2.
Don't worry, I haven't either. I got remarkably
because-
bored by it.
Yeah, because at some point I was just like, okay, I'm just tired of being fucked around by this game.
Just two areas are you're already at a fucking action disadvantage, and then they make it worse.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I don't commit to video games, because, you know... That's why I don't, like, commit to the bit of a video game for too long, because then, like, stuff changes and I get very sad about it. What am I missing on this platform wall? Maybe I should switch to the 15, get some more oomph. There we go. Fucking hell. Oh boy. How do I want to approach this chat? I guess like this.
Oh, you're approaching me?
It's funny because I got someone to make me a magic card that is using a character depicting a scene, not that scene, but a scene from Act 3.
I'm happy that that Ultima has such devastation.
Oh, is that the like the effect or the flavor text?
The flavor text. Such devastation! This was not my intention.
Really? I gotta look at that card again. Oh yeah, look at that.
It's a famous line from Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah, this is definitely, like, this set is definitely looking like Final Fantasy XIV and Friends. And they still haven't shown off a fucking Laguna card, and I'm so upset.
Mr. #1 Laguna fan over here.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Dude, the fucking runaway storage ship from 9 that was in there for like 20 minutes tops got a card. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I feel like I need to use like an extendo rod here, if only to like choke it a little bit at that. But at that point, why don't I just use a 15?
Yeah, I've been using the long extendo instead of the very long.
Oh, you've also been doing 25 extendo?
Yep.
Okay. How far back have you been standing is the question.
I've almost been standing on the platform.
Fucking Cup Noodle got a card. I know, it's so stupid.
It's very funny, though.
A buddy of mine has a deck that is like centered around a chef in the game. So...
Ignis? Or...
No,
No, the set's not out yet, yeah.
Also, this is a Magic the Gathering character that's a chef, not a Final Fantasy character. So that deck is getting the cup ramen, and it's going to be very silly. It's really funny because fucking three-color Ishtola is getting considered for comp. Mainly because she has like fucking the perfect colors for comp and is a car dry engine. But I'm just sitting there like, of course, the most famous cat girl is getting considered for competitive.
My wife.
She is a very good-looking design, is what I'll say, even though I know nothing about her.
All you need to know is that she's my wife.
Well, cup noodle is the best dish in FF15 because it's a favorite food for Gladios, so it fills up his limit bar faster. Wow. Ramen is good, but I've gotten so spoiled on, like, functionally good ramen that, like, going back to cup ramen, it feels so, like, rough. I've forgotten my roots. But man, let me tell you, when they cook that pork belly just right, whoo, buddy, it's a fucking life-changing experience. Ishtola's Japanese VA is Kirika from Symphogear. Who is Kirika? Don't treat cup ramen as same as ramen. Fair, fair. Scythegura. Oh god, just imagining Ishtola going death, death, death all the time is really fucking funny. If you watch Symphogear, you'll understand, but there's a character that has a very dumb pun gimmick. And I adore her for that.
I do know one of my artist friends on Twitter is very into Symphogear.
It's a very good show. It is one of the most hot-blooded animes out there.
Not Twitter, Blue Sky. Blue Sky is Twitter too. It's fine.
Ah, damn it. Hibiki shares a voice with Shuten Doji. That's something I wouldn't have expected. Mainly because I didn't think Shuten Doji had a fucking, like, powerful voice to her. I will say this, Tiger, whenever you feel it, I feel like you'll know if you like Symphogear or not in the first episode. Maybe I should be a little bit more generous and say the second, because my favorite character doesn't appear until the second. A guy whose mindset is, we're gonna do some martial arts training, let's watch some fucking Jackie Chan movies. It's very funny that two of my most favorite characters in Symphogear, a song about, you know, very obvious, like, lesbian tones, are just two guys. Not even anything romantic or anything about them between the two, it's just two guys that I find to be the most engaging characters because they're... Given what the show is about, it is very bizarre that they are they're able to keep pace with all the bullshit that's happening. Surprised you haven't gotten into Brain Powered since the characters were designed by the Tales artist. I never heard of Brain Powered. I could take a look at that in a hot minute. I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong with this wall. Also, I don't think it means anything to you, Tiger, but the,
like to hide in crevices, doesn't it? Come on.
The musician and character artists for Symphogear are descended from the Wild Arms team. Let's see, Brain Powered, huh? image. Hard for me to tell based on what Google's giving me, but Google fucking sucks these days. I can kind of see that with one still here. Alright, back to work. Tiger Browse is already running laps around me, and I can't slouch. I also have to do work here. Also, if you ever do get in the sim figure, Tiger, note that Season 3 is probably the slowest. But if you could get through that, everything afterwards is fucking just peak 24/7.
Good to know.
I mainly bring that up because when we watched it, like, in 2021, we had to struggle to get through Season 3. Which is really funny, because that's where a lot of the fucking meme moments of Symphogear come from, is Season 3. Oh, man, my fucking wrists. Oh, my posture's atrocious today. It's written by Tamino from Gundam Brainpower? Well... G-Quax is definitely going places, which is kinda wild. Just one episode, literally fucking everything happens all at once.
We like to call those a red wedding.
Or in this case, a red divorce. I do find it very funny that there was a pivotal scene in G-Cux where my first response is, if hot, why evil? And then Torpo immediately responds, you're not talking about Shalia Bull, are you? And I had to be like, no, but you got me there. I feel like I'm losing firepower for some reason. Jukuk is Anno at the top of his game. Ava's Anno? I mean, I guess it would make sense. People were calling this fucking Shin Gundam. It was really fucking funny that they had 2 episodes with the most fucking Zeta Gundam references ever. And then, whoop, there they go! Bye! Shin Godzilla is such a fucking funny movie. I always think back on my buddy Chachi who said, we're gonna watch this today because I know Wang wants to watch it. And then he prefaces like, okay, so be careful with this scene, because I almost walked out of the theater in frustration because of this scene. And when the scene came up, I was like, oh yeah, yeah, buddy, I could see that. It, kinda catches you off guard. God, all of the Shin content has just been fucking good. Just bangers all around. Lost my fucking mind over Kamen Rider. Oh god, I love the song from Valhalla. I don't know where you hear it from, but it's such a good song. What's the song called? If anybody could tell me where Arene is from in Valhalla, I'd really like to know, because I haven't played that game in fucking years. I want to say it's when you find the robot idol. Well, when you meet the robot idol at your bar. Shin Katakano, is that a thing that's announced, or are we just making jokes? Also, I don't really know what katakana is, unfortunately. I got some criticisms for Shin's Kamen Rider, mainly towards the ending, but that's personal grumbling. I can see that. Hey, Target, you're farther away from me than this, so you could get a broader picture. What am I missing here?
What?
This wall, this, like, lower wall has a little bit missing, and I don't know where it is. I just figure since you're farther away, you can see, like, more of it than I can. Construction on Muckingham began in 1920, fueled by local businessmen Wilbur Thus, who's been keen to provide an efficient means of transport to... Ah, fuck.
Just go around, like, the base, I think.
Alright. Well, that was a cable, but... Clean the wall behind the cable. I thought I was. When I was scraping by, I was cleaning that. What am I missing?
What I want to know is how the subway got this fucking dirty.
If I had to hazard a guess, just because I see where this game is going, kind of. I feel like volcano runoff might have something to do with it.
Oh, it says most of the grime in here is mud.
Oh, interesting.
Mud lichen. So, like, did it get flooded at some point?
Maybe. Selnar got it.
Hmm?
I had to ride the cable and fucking scrape. Now I have to get rid of such beautiful graffiti.
Oh no.
Oh no?
Oil stains.
What?
Oh. Well, you'll understand when you clean the floor.
Are you using a 15?
You'll understand when you clean the floor what oil stains are. Go back to your side. It's fine.
Meh. Why is there milkshake stains here?
People spill milkshake in the subway. It happens.
I suppose they brought it in when they really shouldn't. Real talk, I feel like unintended, but I feel like naming your place Caldera City has the same energy as naming your city either Vesuvius or Pompeii.
Tempting fate.
Yeah. Yo, you see this gateway, dude?
Huh?
Check this shit out.
Yo!
It's pretty good, right?
Pretty good.
It's a tragedy what we must do. I feel like that's how I would operate as the fucking, as the PowerWash cryptid, but also a live streamer. Of, like, directly contacting the guy and be like, yo. I know you did this. And it pays me to do what I have to do, but I have to record this and say, yo, this shit's fucking bomb, and I'm sorry about what I have to do. Your art is preserved in forever on another archive. I must destroy it.
I mean, you say forever, but not even digital media lasts forever.
Yeah, it's true. I remember Chip Cheesin talking about how he was trying to figure out how to preserve his Let's Plays in VHS format. And I'm like, isn't that, like, more vulnerable to decay? God, just seeing the photo poster of the movie poster driving me nuts and chat talking about it just reminds me of the Robot Chicken skit of I think it was a pirate saying that the Starbird is driving me nuts.
He's a pirate, wouldn't it be sailing him nuts?
I think so, but it's been like a long time since I've had cable, so I don't remember 100%. I did not have a choice in my option to have cable or not. I was the first person to lose cable access to, you know, save money. But as time went on, I realized, oh god, it's fine. There's nothing on TV anyways. It's all ads. And then time flows like
my fucking internet company keeps trying to sell me cable. I'm like, not gonna use it.
But time flows like a river, and history repeats itself. Which is why you should subscribe to ExpressVPN, and the tiger fucking drop kicks me.
I'm gonna throw you through a wall.
Ah.
I am always extremely suspicious of YouTuber ads. Because the thing about advertisement is that it only makes sense to advertise if you're making more money off of the advertisement than you would otherwise. Right?
Which means you're not making money because you're a good product. You're making money because you are being like in the fucking forefront of people's brains.
So do you know the deal with honey?
I remember hearing something about this, but I don't remember. But also, I want to get a joke off my fucking chest before we continue a little bit, just because when you said throw me out the window, I was gonna joke. Ah, you mean like my favorite Magic the Gathering card, Defenestrate. It is like it is one of the funniest cards by design because its ability is destroy target creature without flying. Anyways, I'm done. Continue.
So I have to turn off my music for a bit. Honey, you might have seen like a bunch of YouTuber ads for it.
Yes.
Advertises itself as a service that checks to see if there are any coupons on whatever you're buying.
Oh, I thought it was.
Right?
I thought they were just selling honey.
No.
Okay, that's weird. Go on.
Well, for one, turns out that it's a data harvesting scam.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Because obviously, once you have it in your browser, it's like taking all of like your data and selling it to people to know what to advertise to you. For two, it never actually finds any coupons.
Wow, that sucks.
It gets worse. For three, whenever you follow like a sponsor link in a YouTube video or something like that, or you get like a referral or so on and so forth, Honey hijacks that shit.
What?
So, how sponsorships usually work on YouTube is that you have a link in your description and you get kickbacks for however many people click on that link. Because that's how they know how good like your advertisement was, basically.
And Honey's been hijacking links is what it sounds like.
More or less. And it's not just like the link from like the person that is advertising Honey. It's all sponsorship links, period. Because what Honey does is that it goes in and like as an intermediary step, like says, actually, the person that referred you to your website was us.
We did the job, not them. Fuck them, give us money.
So it basically just steals a bunch of money from YouTubers.
Yeah, I remember hearing something to this effect. I didn't know about the link rerouting.
Yeah, it's real fucked. So when you see an advertisement for, oh, well, here's like this free thing that just helps you save money, I'm just like,
Oh, you mean like the one that says, like, you know, get paid to buy gas?
Uh-huh, yeah, no, I'm thinking, alright, how are they trying to fuck me? My first thought when I see an advertisement is, how are they making money from this?
Yeah, it definitely seems like Patreon and, you know, like, audience-funded, means of, like, supporting a, entertainer are the way to go. Completely unrelated, chat. Hey, if you don't subscribe already, I'd very much appreciate it. Heart emoji.
So, when I see stuff like VPNs, or, like, those services that, like,
yeah, that's really
all
suspicious,
of the,
huh?
When services that contact, like, a bunch of, like, data brokers to get rid of, like, your data, or so on and so forth, I'm just like, something about this doesn't seem right to me.
It is a weird... It is definitely a suspicious form of altruism.
Yeah.
Because as much as I want to, you know, be the shining example of this and, you know, lead by example, no person would willingly put themselves forward to help another without strings attached.
No person would advertise that they're helping another without strings attached.
Thank you. That's a better way to put it, honestly.
Because altruism does exist. Like, there are people who just want to do nice things, but there are no companies that want to do nice things. I'll put it that way. Because a company has a fiduciary responsibility. It is literally
CEO.
illegal for them to not turn a profit. So... or at least not attempt to turn a profit to the best of their ability.
Oh wow, this is actually looking pretty clean. This is kind of weird that we've only been here an hour. Alright, now the weird shit. Gotta clean the floor. I wish I had...
have fun with that.
I wish I had those shitty Xeon, like, belt jetpacks that just have, like, the two thrusters aside and I could just, like, hover up. Gotta bring it back to Shalia Bull, but, like, man, That'd be really nice here.
You're really in love with that man, huh?
Love
To
is
be
not...
fair, he is pretty cool.
It is an admiration for someone who's really willing to do the shit. Doesn't feel like I've slowed down.
You slow down when you look down.
Oh.
We went over this last time.
I kinda low-key hate that.
I mean, it's the entire reason why I'm able to get away with some of the, like, fucking parkour I get away with. So, because it gives you finer control.
Ah, interesting. So you're engaging focus mode in Toho, but as a power washer.
Yes. I love that you're a Toho head now, by the way.
I get it, but not for all the reasons why a lot of the fans I see get it. Like, a lot of the fans kind of scared me off for a reason, but it's like, oh,
hello?
hey, it's Chitin.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the power washing. What's up?
We're power washing.
I can see that. You get a big contract to
$2,000 dues, baby.
That seems low.
It kind of is.
For,
We're cryptids. We don't need money for things other than power washing.
Also, I think if I'm reading this right, this is taking place in, like, what, the late 80s, early 90s? No, that wouldn't make sense.
how?
Well, this is an old subway, so all of the advertisements are old.
Okay.
Yeah, there's an ad here for, like, the 84 election for Jefferson the 12th.
Do you need to put up a side stream for Chitlin? Or?
Oh, that's a good call. I had assumed that I already was.
I mean, it's PowerWash Simulator. I don't think I need to be completely up to date, but you know what? Okay.
You never know. Something insane could happen. Like a fucking alien could come out of the sky.
Is that a thing that happens in this game?
I don't know.
Okay.
Don't listen to her lies.
I do know, and I'm not telling you.
I feel like the 25 is not cutting the mustard here. It's
So
funny.
how are you, Chitlin?
I'm doing good, Choom. How are you?
Good. You were saying highway?
I was just gonna say it's very funny chilling because the only reason I started playing this is because of the Final Fantasy VII expansion for it.
Because of the April Fools, yeah.
That's right. I remember seeing that.
And then I'm just like, oh, there's fucking beef to this.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh
people,
no, I understand.
Yeah, I mean, people like games that simulate work for some reason. I don't.
So, I think the reason why is that it's just kind of meditative, and it gives you that sense of satisfaction of completing a task without, being fucking sore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's making progress and completing goals without actually being at work is, I think, the main.
It's very
main draw.
It's very
Also,
funny
importantly, it's on your own terms.
Right, absolutely.
It's very funny because Satisfactory also kind of has that, but because of the nature of Satisfactory and how we were cooperating, Tiger and I really wanted to strangle each other at some points.
I mean, that's just working together in general, really.
So you gamified having coworkers as well, I see.
I mean, isn't that what Let's Play is?
I mean, isn't that what Space Station 13 is?
I wouldn't know. I never played Space Station 13.
Space Station 13 is a very interesting game. I like to call it a story generator, because the best part about Space Station 13 is hearing the stories of other people playing it.
Exactly, yeah. Like Space Station 13 is different than these work simulators and stuff like that because, there's always going to be someone in the round whose goal is to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
To be a problem, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, Space Station 13 is just Among Us with extra steps. A lot of extra steps.
I mean, it's partially Among Us, I guess. Yeah. I can kind of see that.
But also, it has like 50 different mini games shoved into it. Talk to me about xenobiology. It's time to play Slime Rancher in my shitty 50-year-old atmospheric simulator.
Time to ask the cursed question: is Space Station 13 an InSim?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would qualify it as that.
Yeah, totally.
Damn.
The amount of emergent shit that goes on in Space Station 13, I'd qualify it as an InSim, yeah.
Yeah.
No wonder
Like-
people say being an InSim fan is suffering when you have Space Station 13.
Well, I mean, being an InSim fan is suffering because every company that makes an InSim goes out of business.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not profitable.
No.
Space Station 13 is so immersive, it allowed me to experience sexual harassment in the workplace.
Wow.
So,
Yeah. My
good
character.
thing,
No, it wasn't a good thing, but it's still a funny story. So, the server I was playing on had like hygiene that you had to regularly go take showers, otherwise your character would get stinky and be sad. And being sad was bad because you would move slower. So, I went to go take a shower as a security officer after an emergency had happened.
Oh boy.
And this guy who was a medical officer came into the shower and went, "Oh, huh, you're pretty hot. The boys back home would call you a ginger breeder." I'm like, what the fuck? Huh?
Holy crap.
Hello?
Oh.
This story ends with that guy being pounced upon by the rest of security and turned into a pulp.
Well,
Over
at
the
least it had a
comment?
happy ending, I guess.
Over the comment or entirely unrelated?
So what happened was that we basically tried to do a sexual harassment lawsuit, but the captain wasn't really to entertain it because he was busy with other shit, you know, just like in real life. So
Yeah.
at the end in evac, I was just, you know, like hang out with the other like security officers in the shuttle break, smoking weed as you do as a police officer.
Yeah, as a security officer,
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh. And then the guy breaks in, spews off a bunch of shit about how I was rejecting him, and then tries to shoot me in the face, but I'm wearing a helmet!
While you're smoking. So you were hotboxing yourself while on the job, is what
It's like the riot helmet with like the drop-down
Ah,
visor.
I see. I love the idea of just Tiger Brows in a helmet with a doobie underneath, just fucking smoke slowly sifting from all the cracks.
That is funny. I'll concede that. But
I'll
yes.
open the visor and smoke just billows out like in the Cheech and Chong movie.
But yeah, after he tried to shoot me in the face, all of the other officers just fucking dogpiled him. Because what else do you expect to happen?
Yeah, that's attempted murder at the best of times. So like,
Against the security officer, no less.
yeah,
That's like kicking
Everybody
a fucking...
knows the police are a gang, so...
It's like
Yeah,
kicking a
let's do-
beehive.
yeah.
I never saw that player again. They got a very stern talking to from the admins.
I thought you were going to say
I'm
their
sure.
mother.
Yeah. yeah. Oh god.
That is an entire game, like, fucking story game that I just missed out on.
I mean, you
Yeah.
can play Space Station 13 right now. I wouldn't recommend it. But you can.
Yeah, because apparently
I mean-
if I joined it, it would break the fucking, like, harebrained network that thing is on.
I mean, easier to recommend is Space Station 14 because that runs on Unity and isn't, like, held together with duct tape, spit, and prayer.
Oh, good. They updated it to not run on Web 1.0.
Yeah. It's not got quite all of the features that 13 has, but that's mostly because like it's on a per server basis sort of thing.
I probably shouldn't do this from the fucking platform because I'm just looking at this like shadow of, hey, here's the shit you missed, idiot.
Did I get all three tracks here?
But also, like Space Station 13 also takes a bit to get into, like to actually learn how to do any of the roles. So
you need a special, kind of brain damage in order to understand how that game works.
Yeah, because it's like, what, 50,
yeah.
like each class is just an entirely different video game, right?
Each job, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like I said, time to play Slime Rancher in my shitty 50-year-old atmospheric simulator.
Okay, which one is gonna let me crawl through, like, dozens of fucking, like, Metroidvania rooms and all those solve esoteric puzzles?
You would want to be a shaft miner.
Excellent. The subway was reopened again following extensive repointing in 1923 by Jefferson the 11th.
Very political dynasty, the Jeffersons.
It closed again in the following fall after the shocking revelation that Wilberforce Thrust had been using it to funnel train trucks full of stolen money out of town.
Whoa.
So we got some fucking...
crime.
I didn't expect there to be lore in this game.
Oh, there's a lot of it, dude.
There's lore.
Wait! Were these the guys that... Were this the... Was these that did this the Hansel and Gretel couple that we did the wash for?
Yes.
My god. I can't believe I drew that conclusion. Basically, Chitlin, the 5th job we did on the stream, which is basically the 8th job, because I did like 3 jobs off stream because I was like, I kind of want to play some PowerWash Simulator on my own time. One of them was like, one of them was to clean a house that was shaped like a shoe, because haha, old lady that lives in a shoe.
Of course, okay.
And it was a lot of like cheeky fairy tale references. However, the plot actually unfolding was talking about how codenamed Hansel and Gretel were actually bank robbers that were very sad that they got out of the scene because of their age, and they missed the racket. And they talk about
what you're thinking about, the old lady that lives in the shoe just ran a daycare service. Hansel and Gretel lived in a cottage in the woods. You were thinking of a cottage in the woods.
That's it. But they were talking about how like they missed the scene, how they fondly remember their one last big gig, which got them a lot of money. And I was just like, oh, whatever. I don't know if that means anything. And now I hear this, I'm like, wait, was it those two bitches?
I mean, all 3 of the fairground jobs have been connected in one way or another.
I've been like lost on the fairground gig. Why? How have they been connected?
Well, for one, they all work at the same fairground, and for 2, they're like competing with one another. So they all talk about like, oh well, you cleaned the fucking merry-go-round, so now you have to clean my Helter Skelter.
Hey, quick question, Tiger. Are the rails segmented, or are each of them one big unit?
I think they're one big unit.
Okay. Because, like, this one's saying, like, halfway done, and I'm not sure if it's because I missed a lot of it, or is it actually just a whole ass unit? But yeah, like, there's also been, like, the weird thing about, the volcano that is, smoldering at the moment, because, we learned that somebody happened to, like, drill their way through it, looking for something.
Not somebody, we know who it is. We cleaned his fucking drill.
Yeah, I forget.
And his plane.
When I say somebody, I don't remember his name.
He's a billionaire asshole, who cares?
Yeah, it's a billionaire who's been doing something in the volcano.
And also the mayor has been rerouting the town's water supply because he's been getting kickbacks from the billionaire.
Yeah, because the billionaire needs coolant for his drill, after all.
And also, whatever he's mining in the mountain is apparently powering like some anti-gravity shit.
Oh yeah, because the billionaire has a I forget why we had to clean that, but we realized he had an anti-gravity device and a fucking laser.
Yeah, on his private jet.
Which is certainly the moment where I was like, okay, what the fuck are you doing with this plot game?
Where is this game going? What's happening?
Like, I thought this was just some weird conspiracy bullshit until you bought out the fucking sci-fi technology. What are we
Also,
doing?
Bigfoot is real.
I still think it's bullshit. I think it's just some dude that got drunk.
Okay, well,
Who
first of all,
ha-
I mean, first of all, Bigfoot is real. Second of all,
True.
Like, go squatching with me one day. We'll find him one day. I swear to God.
Is this also going to be the same trip where we meet up?
Squatching? Is that what the kids call it these days?
Yes, actually. I'm not making that up. That's not off the cuff here. They call it squatching.
Is this going to be the same vacation where we're destined to duel over the bullshit that occurred in Darkest Dungeon?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we're ever going to actually do it, but I do have this, like, very funny, like, daydream in my head that I update Darkest Dungeon to episode 6969. It was just a recording of us going out in the fucking Nevadas and desert, just fucking beating
Duel of the Fates.
beating each other with, like, the fucking dumb slap style while Ishkabibble watches because we consign him to being the judge.
Who's the cameraman?
Ish. It's only Ish
see.
because they are in between where we both live, so we could just, like, I could just pick him up and then get this shit done. Like, the joke in my head is that, like, it is a solid 2 minutes of fighting before we both, like, just fucking fall over in the heat, and then somebody goes, y'all want to go to Hooters or something?
Like, my idea for that joke video when we were talking about it was we would meet on like the Vegas Strip, and someone else would just film us, talking shit, and then going for and then us both, going for a right hook, and then it would just sort of like comedy freeze frame and roll credits.
That'd be pretty good.
That was the way I always imagined it going down.
Just like
if we.
This just kind of reminds me of the ending of like a Rocky movie or something.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, what would be really funny as like as a thing to end that is just like the final second. It just says next LP Darkest Dungeon 2, and then we just both start laughing because we know that's not gonna fucking happen.
Next LP, I put my balls in a vice.
Dude, I don't think I ever told you this, Tiger, but I've told like a lot of the other guys. Fucking the Darkest Dungeon LP fucked me up. I had nightmares about like footage getting corrupted, runs going south. It was a bad scene, man.
I mean, Darkest Dungeon is a stressful game at the best of times.
Always
yeah, in all honesty, like I didn't help that LP. I don't think very much. Not because like I was like actively a hindrance, but like there was a point where we were talking about it, and I was just like, we should probably just start making tracks towards the end. I don't know how many more videos we can do, because we're just kind of redoing the same shit at this point.
I agreed with you there because that's what Darkest Dungeon is. Like,
right.
It is the same game 3 times with bigger number.
Right. And then because it eventually reached a point where I was about to go on vacation. And I had kind of inadvertently put you on a time limit to complete the LP before I left.
I don't think I ever realized that. I was mainly doing the advanced editing and compression because I was like, I'm getting fucking tired of this Let's Play.
Yeah.
It's always fun to see how the sausage is made, isn't it, chat?
Well, you don't have to do any of that nowadays. You just stream the game. It's fine.
It's so much easier, dude. What I remember I forget because I don't look at my channel all day, every day. Why were you disappointed in the episode count? Did I shortchange 69 or did we go over 69?
I think we only made it to episode 61, but you titled it number 69.
That's right.
I think that was it.
Because I remember we were trying to rush it, and then it was like, no. We need to get to episode 69 because like fucking what was it? Bickus and Giop were doing it with Wind Waker, and I think another Let's Play was also on episode 69 at the time.
Oh, I had no idea why we were doing that. I just thought the number was funny.
Oh, that's exactly why it was. But like,
I didn't know there were other people trying to do that.
Yeah,
Two things can be true simultaneously.
Everybody had the same idea at the time.
Yeah, but yeah, I actually was like very happy that the Wolf town invasion episode was number 50. That worked out really well.
That was just entirely accidental. I didn't plan that shit, man.
Yeah, but it was fun.
The first death in that LP too, man, that was like...
Really?
Yeah, people were hooting. Well, no. There was the 4 sacrificial man-at-arms for the joke. But like the first...
I don't even remember that.
I think it was because I wanted to show off some things for the actual Darkest Dungeon to, you know, keep people engaged. So I sent 4 man-at-arms in and I made like a fucking found footage episode. But, yeah, that episode was the first honest-to-God death that was not planned. And then afterwards, another one, which was very funny.
And, like, honestly, I'm surprised, you know, we remember so much about that LP because it was, like, 10 years ago, so...
It also took up almost a year of our life. You don't forget something like that.
God, yeah, that was a long time.
Like, my first thought... It is a shame that my first thought was you don't remember the worst job you ever had, but, like, that was definitely, like, I got a name to make for myself. This has to be the LP I'm known for. Not realizing, oh, that shit's not gonna happen, buckaroo. The fucking bubble is growing and it will never pop.
Yeah.
Instead, you're known for Lobotomy Corporation, obviously.
I don't know about that these days. Anyways, what's up, Chitlin?
The death in the, when we had the Full Spectrum Warrior crew on was episode 50, I believe.
Yeah. There were 2 deaths, one on the fucking Brigand Raid and the one afterwards because the fucking, the Collector's a real piece of shit.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
But yeah, I definitely feel like Tiger in that regard. I feel like the PM torch has been passed on to other people because, like, we're not pulling the numbers that we did during Lobotomy Corporation when it was a general unknown.
Fair enough.
I mean,
TQ has been doing a fantastic job of Let's Playing Lobotomy Corporation and Library of Ruina.
What's up, Chitlin?
Like, okay, so, like, I don't know if it's just a trick of the algorithm or whatever, but I have been seeing, like, more recommendations on YouTube and stuff for Lobotomy Corporation, the Project Boon games, and stuff like that, so I think they are kind of growing in popularity.
Mostly thanks to Limbus Company, I think.
Yeah.
But also, I think because we talk about it, and, you know, those things spy on what you say on microphone, I think by accident of us talking to you about it, it has become part of your algorithm.
Most likely, yeah.
And indeed, you will also see Power Washer ads now that you are talking about Power Washers.
It's
you know what?
True.
Good. No, but I was talking about this in Koshi's general chat, because he had a game that took very long in between loading screens. So he just set up a game of Cookie Clicker.
What was that game? It was the Cyberpunk shooter one, right?
It was a Neuro.
That's it.
Yeah, and despite, you know, not ever having really played like one of those idle clicker games, certainly not on Steam, Steam just randomly recommends me Cookie Clicker one day, so the algorithm is definitely watching what I say and what I do.
Yeah, it's kind of fucking gross.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of like a real cyberpunk dystopia, but except we don't have cool, mantis blades.
Yeah, our cyberpunk dystopia fucking blows, dude.
Yeah.
Why can't I be a sweet anime babe in a leotard?
I mean, there's nothing stopping you on that front.
You
but
really got me there.
I'll tell you that right now. It ain't that easy. HRT doesn't make you an anime babe, unfortunately.
One day science will catch up.
I will say this though, if we do get like the cool cyberpunk dystopia, I don't think I'm gonna be the cool dude. I'll probably be like the fucking Togusa of the team, just a normal dude that gets by being the normalest dude.
I mean,
I eagerly await the day science makes cat girls real.
Yeah, people are gonna go fucking insane.
Oh god. Like I really okay. So I've been playing a lot of Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, you've been on that shit for like 2 months now, haven't you?
It is like no joke. It is my favorite thing in all of fiction. Like I love that game more than I should. But I hate the punk aspect of Cyberpunk.
Oh, you want to be a suit?
I would rather be, a corpo lapdog than fighting the power. Because that seems like it pays better. And
can't disagree with you there. The main reason
that's what I'm all about. So
the main problem with that, Shillin, is that people don't willingly be the punk in Cyberpunk. They be the punk because life has put them in a situation where they cannot be the suit.
It's true.
We are punks now, so that others can be suits later.
I gotta say this though, Chitlin, I had this struggle in my brain a minute ago recently, because your statement kind of makes it sound like what Elon Musk is trying to be with Cyberpunk, but I think the difference is you're aware of what you are.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you about my dreams of being a tool of the corporate overlords.
Yeah, you don't.
That's just who I am.
You don't sit there in your fucking 3-piece Armani suit with a fucking Rolex and big stogie saying that you're a punk and you're bringing about the revolution.
And an inexplicable skull in the background.
God.
I mean, I would probably haunt Chitlin if it came down to that. Visa is like, you pathetic suit, you sell out. And then
rattling your chains.
Then Chilla's just sitting there like, yeah, what of it, bitch?
Look, one of us is gonna have trauma team coverage, and it's gonna be me. God damn it. Okay.
One thing
have fun bleeding out on the street, moron.
One thing that always confused me a little bit was how. So you know how in Cyberpunk, especially the tabletop RPGs, that getting cybernetics erodes your humanity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's okay, so there's a limit to how much a human brain can handle when it comes to getting cybernetic augmentations, and that limit changes based on the human itself, but eventually you can chrome up so much that eventually you will lose any sense of humanity you have.
It always struck me as weird, and maybe this is because I hang out with 500 fucking transhumanist transgender furries, but that radical act of reclaiming your own identity is in a way eroding your sense of self rather than reinforcing it.
Okay, so
and
what you're
it's
saying...
it's more a criticism of Shadowrun than it is of Cyberpunk, because I understand like the real like repercussions of like chopping off your fucking arm and replacing it with a robot arm. Like, you can't do that and not expect to have trauma about it. But in Shadowrun, it literally says that you're less of a person for doing that.
Yeah, because it erodes your actual human soul.
Yeah.
Okay, so like in Cyberpunk, in at least the newer versions of Cyberpunk, as far as I'm aware, getting if you lose an arm or something and you get a robot arm, that's fine. That's not going to erode anything. It's only like heavy combat wear that's going to actually.
Yeah, because it is basically making you. It is basically the God complex setting in, right?
Yeah. Well,
kind of, but yeah, like if like putting on glasses is not going to is not going to do anything to you.
Last I checked the rulebook, prosthetic arms still had like a cost to them associated.
I'm not 100% sure on this. Someone more familiar with the actual tabletop game would have to weigh in, but I believe I heard that was a thing in the earlier like 80s versions of the game, and it's since been kind of phased out with the 2020 version.
There's the fucking ladder.
It's really funny that we're bringing this up of the idea of like, you know, cybernetics like eroding humanity, because this is gonna probably sound a little like extra anime here, Chitlin, so bear with me. We recently finished Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey, which is a game about how like the apocalypse is happening and like the UN assembles a team in order to like go inside the apocalypse dimension and stop it from happening. And
yeah, I believe I was in a stream or two of that.
And during the lot of that, you're constantly getting like you're basically getting what is like stalker artifacts that make you more and more powerful. And for Redo specifically, it culminates in you getting 5 specific artifacts, so you can become a literal like timeless entity that is taking up the destiny of constantly going on and suppressing this guaranteed apocalypse that will happen because humanity can't help itself. The thing about that is that the way that ends is with a very iconic line of the AI buddy you saying, "Hello, friend. This is the 8th time that this has happened across 800 years. Do you still feel human?" And he only issues the job of like destroy the Schwarzwelt if you are still human, because one of the big things, and this is gonna sound real insane, is that Lucifer says, "Yeah, this is the Lucifer comes up to you and says, yeah, this is the only way for humanity, like, you know, survive and evolve and be free as a species. But it's gonna really fuck you up, man. Like, you might wind up with a god complex, and that'll be a problem."
Yeah. So Selnar in the chat has said that yeah, even in the most recent games, there's still a very fractional cost to your empathy in the newer Cyberpunk setting. So
it's hard not to, because like
as much as losing an arm fucks you up, that's still a strange message to me. That for no fault of your own, you can lose part of your humanity.
I don't think like strictly prosthetic limbs or anything should be a hindrance in any kind.
I think it's like
cosmetic alterations.
Yeah.
I think there's a good example in a show we watched about like I want to say 4 or 6 months ago called Demon Lord 2099, where like, big bad anime evil man reincarnates to literal Shadowrun, and he's having a hard time because technology has advanced past Satan magic. And one of the ways this exemplifies this is that, like, dude bumps shoulders with the big demon lord in the street, and he tries to pull on, like, the pompous nonsense, and the guy looks at him and goes, "The fuck you talk about?" and casually bats him away with a civilian-issued, like, cybernetic arm. And that is like one of the big reasons why I could see like, yeah, it's very easy to lose your sense of you know, considering yourself human. When you look at a man who's posing as the devil, you can just swat him away like he's a fly.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, do you really think it's a thing, like, if you get if you get like some cosmetic surgery or something done, that's gonna make you possibly develop cyberpsychosis? That's I don't really think so.
It's a tough sell because I see what you mean. If it's cosmetic, then yeah. Like,
but then again, there are some people who go so deep into cosmetic surgery that it's like genuinely kind of unsettling, like the Bogandov twins, where like obviously like there was something going on with them that made them feel uncomfortable in their own body, and I can sympathize with that. But also, like, man.
It's a weird situation because it kind of reminds me of like the BTLs and another similar thing in like cyberpunk stories where even the idea of like witnessing an idealized life that is so like uncannily accurate, almost a fantasy, is really good at corroding your sanity. Because like, why exist in reality when you could just exist in this power fantasy for yourself?
Yeah, there are things called BDs in Cyberpunk 2077, where people just basically lose themselves to a virtual life.
Yep. Oh, I remember the media that brought this up in my mind, because we watched a video discussing it about oh god, who was the first Star Trek captain, the actor specifically?
Shatner?
Yeah,
Shatner.
We were watching a video about Shatner's cyberpunk series.
Oh, Tech War, yeah.
Yeah, and that has a very good like thesis on you know, the idea of BTLs, but they don't really, you know, follow through with it because low-key the writer for that kind of sucked. Not sucked as they were a bad person, they were just not a good writer. Yeah, Tech War mentioned.
Shatner, I don't believe, actually wrote the series.
Yeah, it was
like
ghost.
Yeah.
He was the face, and it was ghost written by someone else.
Exactly. Yeah.
I guess there is such a thing as like you can get addicted to anything, and people can get addicted to plastic surgery, constantly trying to chase like some image in their brain.
People get addicted to fucking bodybuilding.
And actually, interesting you brought up bodybuilding. The concept of cyberpsychosis in the cyberpunk game was originally designed around the idea of roid rage.
Huh.
Oh, that makes sense in a way.
Like not everyone who doses up on steroids is going to get roid rage, but you know, some people are more susceptible to it, and it takes, you know, far less for them to be affected like that.
To fall over the edge.
That's more like hormones fucking with your brain than it is like any sort of like, I am a god amongst puny mortals, bow before me.
Yeah.
What am I missing on this fucking tiled floor? Oh, here we go.
Hey, Highwing, look, it says gullible on the ceiling.
You almost got me until you said gullible. I was like centimeters away from.
You know what would have been really funny though, if there actually was gullible written on graffiti on the ceiling.
I thought for a second you were writing it down right now. That would have been real funny.
It was worth a shot.
I hear that if your hand is bigger than your face, you have cancer. I fell for that so many fucking times.
That's just an excuse for someone to punch you in the face with your own hand.
I know, shitlin.
I specifically remember, like, in like my fucking like grade school like change room, boys' change room, because you know I didn't fucking understand what transgender was. They constantly went like, oh well, if you take off your shirt first, you're gay. and conveniently it was whatever I was doing, whether I was taking off my shirt or my pants first, that made me gay. It turns out they were right.
Joke's on them.
Also,
Joke's on them, but not in the way they expected.
also, the real trick is that they've determined the goal anyways. They're just making the game around it.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I didn't fucking understand that because I was a shitty idiot child. But
I mean, same. Like age brings insight.
Age brings eyes on the inside.
But yeah, that's it. It goes back to that very old thing that the worst thing you could be in high school was gay. It's just like...
It's amazing how much just, having just open communication with billions of people all over the world can change mindset so drastically. Which is why a certain fucking Cheeto man is trying to ruin everything for everyone. What am I missing on this fucking tiled floor? I'm losing my mind.
What is the problem with the tile floor? Why are you so obsessed with the tile floor?
There's a magic pixel on its HP meter and I don't know where it is.
Just flail around until you get it. It'll happen eventually.
Just let it happen, Tigers. There we go. You're right. Fuck.
See, I know what I'm talking about.
You do have more hours on this than me. You understand the Akashic sorcery at work.
Akashic sorcery.
I don't know what that actually is. I just like saying it.
I mean, it sounds like some D&D shit, I'm not gonna lie, but... I don't know what that is.
Meanwhile, like, fucking Ace Combat music in the background.
Nice.
Like, fucking... Agnes Day came on, and I'm like, yes, this is definitely power washing music.
I mean, I'm listening to some fucking cyber jazz right now.
Cyber jazz.
You remember Valhalla, right?
The bartending game?
Yes.
I should play that.
It's a pretty good game, yeah.
I've heard of it. It's not really my thing, but...
Oh, I get that. I just find it really funny that we were talking a lot about, like, transhumanism, cybernetic augmentation while I had that running in the background.
Yeah. This is some pretty cool graffiti up here, too.
What's this one?
Like the fellas.
Hey, guys! Hey, guys, did you know that transhumanism makes you still human?
Well, the head certainly seems to think so.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, personally, I can't wait to just, cast off my flesh.
Yeah, I joke about it, but I do think... Actually, you haven't seen Ghost in the Shell, have you, Chitlin?
I watched the 1995 movie, and I've seen a little bit of Standalone Complex here and there.
I think there was an episode of Second Gig where you run into the first, like, transhumanist man, and he's just a shitty little box robot running around with, like, a Japanese fan.
Oh no!
And he's very everybody says like you're the first cyberbrain. You could just get a new body. It's like fuck that shit, man. I love this old age shit. This is what I started with. I'm gonna die like this. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I would absolutely be the psycho that got in the first box.
Yeah, but
I would say I can't believe highwaying is claptrap, but you know what? I can.
No, I have a better sense of humor.
Yeah.
Don't you fucking dare, Shitlin.
I'm just saying, like you're a couple dubstep jokes away from being claptrap. I'm just saying.
I could give you that. But at least I trust the audience to not have to explain everything every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
God, even Borderlands 1 was so fucking insufferable to me. I guess I'm just the odd man out, but I really just did not vibe with that game. And then I see 2 and 3 and I'm just like, oh, this game blows.
God.
I never got into Borderlands.
2 was where the series went all in on being the funny shooter. And that's when it really started to grate on me. It's still fun. I still like the series, but I'm not going to get Borderlands 4 just because of Randy.
Yeah, you saw that comment too, huh?
Oh yeah.
Only the
real fans will pay full price for it. It's like, fuck you, Randy.
See, like, it baffles the mind that, like, CEOs would be so willing to antagonize their audience like that. But then I realized my favorite game did the same thing when they tried to release 4 booster packs at $1,000 that you can't use in any tournament play whatsoever, because they're very
Magic
clearly...
did this?
Yeah. It was 2 years ago. They were trying to, you know, get away with printing proxies of stuff on the reserve list so they could make money. And people got very mad at both the price point specifically, but also because it was a very clear, like, squeezing of the rock for more blood. And their response is, well, if you can't afford it, just don't buy it. And they, guess what, you idiots? No one bought it.
Was this before or after they hired the Pinkertons?
After, I want to say. Because I don't remember the set where the Pinkertons was hired anymore. There's been so many releases that it's a fucking slurry now.
Okay,
I missed what's going here.
I'm sorry to do this. More to myself than anyone else. Okay, number 1. What are proxies?
Proxies are things that stand in as an official product. They're basically stuff you use to represent a card without actually owning it. Like, say...
I appreciate the apology, by the way.
For example, say a card...
I was apologizing for myself.
For example, Chitlin, say you, God forbid, you play Magic and you had to create a 1/1 citizen. Proxying of that would be, say, akin to you using your driver's license saying, hey, this is a 1/1 citizen.
Okay.
Their proxies, though, were like normal prints of the card, but the backs were not the Magic print.
Okay. Number 2, what's this about Pinkertons?
Some dude released a couple images of, like, the set that was being released at the time because, his Walmart sold the set too early. So he revealed them. And to protect their IP, they sent the Pinkertons out to harass the family and surrender all the products that he bought.
Oh, jeez.
It's incredibly shit. And no one in
He bought them legally, too.
And no one in the community is going to let the Wizards let that down. They hired
As they rightfully shouldn't.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, Sosogomi puts up a good point. As a first resort, there was no attempt... There was no attempt to parlay this.
Yeah, there's no contact to say, hey, you know, take down these images or whatever?
No.
Oh,
just
Jesus.
out of the gate, Pinkerton saying, hey, surrender the product, take down the post.
And this is just...
You sure is a nice house you have. You sure would be ashamed if something were to happen.
I think this was the Lord of the Rings set, which might be why there was such a precedent. Because that was also the time when Wizards and Hasbro made the insane harebrained scheme of, we are planning a 50% growth this year.
Oh, okay.
And they missed it by 2%, and they've been molding and seething ever since.
Yeah, so... Okay, so...
Sure, we made a lot of money, but we didn't make all of the money.
Yep.
So the Pinkertons was in response to a leak of a couple days.
Yes.
Jesus. We really do live in the cyberpunk future. I hate it.
We live in a society.
When a corporation can just call bounty hunters to ruin someone's life. Yep. And it's such a lame cyberpunk, too.
I know.
Like, I'm not running around with a cool fucking badass, like, eye patch visor hacker shit. I'm still my gangly self.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, trucks are being advertised as cyberpunk when they are the most caveman thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no cool street samurai doing cool shit.
Technically, there are weeaboos out there carrying their swords, but they're not, you know, augmented. They're just weeaboos with swords.
They're not doing anything. They're just walking down the street with swords. That's all they do.
They're aura farming, as the kids say.
God.
Aura farming is a term I don't fucking get.
There's a lot of terms like that I don't get.
The cavemen are.
I understand it. I don't know if you care to have it explained, so I won't.
Not really. I think I get it. It's just trying to look cool. Is
Yeah,
basically all they're saying.
that's it.
But yeah.
I guess it's the etymology that gets me, as I'm wondering why aura.
I don't know.
Like having an aura of coolness, you know.
Also, Cecil, I get it, but I'm using that as an example because that is effectively what that fucking awful truck is.
I've slain the monster.
You know, I've been seeing a significant decrease in Cybertrucks actually on the road.
Yeah, because
Which
people
I
are
mean,
getting
Yeah,
it
because
out.
they keep blowing up.
also
Well, yes, but also I think people are getting ashamed of actually driving them.
well, they're also getting harassed because, like, you know, like, even if at the best of interests, like, you still, like, if you're even after the purchase and knowing what Elon is, if you still defend having given money to a Nazi that has been shown on camera to be a Nazi, no sympathy for that, and people will harass you for that.
Like, people are buying, like, bumper stickers that say, I bought this before Elon went crazy.
And that's fine if you have like a regular Tesla car, but the actual Cybertruck was well after he was revealed to be a Nazi. Like there's no excuse at that point if you didn't cancel your pre-order.
Good buddy of the stream Chachi taught me a forbidden technique that I'm almost tempted to employ because I have seen a Cybertruck in the wild around here, but I haven't seen it lately, so hopefully I don't have the opportunity to do this. I've been debating just getting a pack of fucking, like, Oscar Mayer bologna and slapping it on a Cybertruck.
I mean, I don't know if that would do anything to the stainless steel.
Well, the stainless steel rusts so much as you fucking sneeze on it, but, like...
Yeah.
Supposedly that bologna also strips car paint. And I've been really wanting to test that out.
Yeah, like a normal car panel will you'll leave a nice circle of stripped paint when you stuff the bologna on there.
On it.
Yeah, but I don't know if it would work with the Cybertruck's.
Well, I'll just leave a
specific,
circle of fucking rust
panels.
on there.
I mean, if nothing else, it can come back to some bologna on their truck, which would be funny in and of itself.
This is my hater energy, you putting shitty bologna on your car.
Anora, I've seen like actual Cybertrucks that are painted different colors than just stainless steel, so I don't know if that's paint or if they just somehow like dye the panels themselves.
It's usually like sleeving the aluminum with like a pattern. Because I know some people have been sleeving their Cybertrucks to look like actual trucks so people like get off their back. Just sell the fucking car if you're so ashamed.
To who?
Yeah.
Yeah, I realized that the moment I said it.
Good H-bomb reference. I like that.
Which H-bomber was that?
Sell the car to who? Aquaman?
Yeah, I don't know what that's from.
The fucking
note on global warming.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't seen that video.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
because there's like, if people's houses are getting flooded, they'll just sell it and move further inland.
Oh,
And
that's
I
what
was like,
that's what fucking
yeah,
that's what fucking Chip and Ironicus were referencing in Final Fantasy VII.
yeah. So the H-bomb was like, sell it to who? Fucking Aquaman.
See, I was saying sell the Cybertrucks to Aquaman by throwing them into the river, but...
Also, yes, yeah.
Also a good response.
Although, it'd probably cause some ecological disaster. But
True.
Throw a Cybertruck into the ocean, Aquaman throws it back out. I don't want this shit, dude.
Hey, bro, do you have any car batteries?
I'm royalty.
I'll take that instead.
Put oil in the ocean, not this shit, man. God, did you read the article about how, like, I think it was like last year's LA wildfires were exponentially worse because a lot of Cybertrucks caught on fire, and thus all the chemicals in them just went drastically into our atmosphere. Which is great
Oh.
for people in the valley who have to deal with the pressure differential trapping that in the air.
Yeah, the fucking inversion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I gotta get out of this fucking area.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
You got experience with buying a house, chilling. Help me out here.
Don't come here.
Oh, I was hoping to stay in California. I was thinking about,
Yep.
this is gonna sound insane, being near the LA area because I have a lot of peers there.
I mean, it's expensive out there, but
Yeah, I was
You can
saying
find
near
something.
the LA areas. I'm hoping to find some hole in the ground I could invest in.
Just be like Grover, build it yourself. You can do that, right?
God, I saw the video of that, and apparently Grover House has a good end because he eventually completed the house, and to this day he's just sitting on his porch drinking beer and enjoying his house.
Yeah.
hey, I mean, good for him if it all turned out well. But it was still funny as hell while it was happening.
Yeah, while it was happening, it was absolutely insane. But the man did succeed.
We mocked the man, but he won.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm hoping, like, if I'm, like, say, like, 45 minutes to an hour outside of LA, I might find something affordable.
Maybe. I don't
By
really
the way,
know.
we've nearly been at this this
2
level
hours,
for 2
I
hours.
noticed.
Yeah.
There's
I mean,
a lot of crap here. What's up, Chitlin?
I mean, all I'm gonna say is that I've developed a new hobby recently, which is just going to open houses and throwing rocks at Californians. But that's just my thing.
I mean, no fault to you.
Yeah, just
That
don't
just-
come here.
That just reminds
Just leave.
That just reminds me of the one where somebody said, like, I have actively set up a situation that scans Zillow for open houses, and then set up birdhouses with guns hidden in them with the blanks, scheduled to whenever an open house happens, to fire blanks when the open house happens to lower property values. And I'm just sitting
That'd
there
be
like,
good.
I'm just sitting there like, God, I hope this works.
See, I like browsing Zillow for incredibly cursed fucking listings where you just find the weirdest shit.
I too enjoy G-Up streams.
I was just looking at his Blue Sky post, but also like I've seen other people do cursed Zillow streams. Mostly Jello Apocalypse, but
I haven't watched G-Up in a while because, like, I've like, gotten what I wanted out of it, and then it just starts making me sad, but, like, also, G-Up is still a very good person.
I don't think I watch any of the old SA crew anymore.
It's because a lot of the paradigm has shifted to either, you know, being out of the game because it's just so, fundamentally broken now, or just, you know, life gets in the way.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Like,
I still watch Claire, formerly known as Proton John. Well, still known as Proton John, but
Claire still makes it work because, you know, they've cultivated an audience over decades, but, like, going back to Chip Cheese, and I'm pretty sure Chip has stopped because, after moving to Denmark, I think? That puts him at, like, a 16-hour difference between him and Ironicus.
Yeah.
does Evelith count as part of the old guard, formerly
Who?
known as Catsworth?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm dating her, so
Oh, really?
yeah, small world, huh?
Eh.
It
I was
really,
actually-
it really is.
Yeah. Oh, I'm actually in a chat with Eve and MC and Ooze and possibly possibly maybe doing a cyberpunk stream thing.
Nice.
Well, say hi
Yeah.
to her for me.
Of course.
Where the
I can say hi to her whenever I want, but I'm making you
Yeah.
do it anyway.
I mean, look, I'll fucking do it, okay? ain't gonna hurt me none.
I need, like, eyes or something here, because I don't know what I'm missing on this. Oh. I hate being
Oh,
granted,
hey, here's a map.
I hate being granted eyes so that I might see.
Muckingham, Pumpton, Detergento, Powerfalls, Fumarole, Washingham, Bucketon, Spongely, Lubry City, Suds East, and Sparkleton.
I hate
And we
this
have
place.
Moppingham, Sprayers, and Blemishigan?
Well,
Huh?
Michigan, yeah.
This reality is weird, dude. But yeah.
Scoria.
For context, Chitlin, we're in Caldera City, the only non-fucking Washington area here.
No, we've been in Muckingham before. We've been kind of going all around the place.
Oh, really? I didn't realize we went to Muckingham. But, like, I feel like Caldera City is, like, the epicenter of the bullshit happening. God. Back on me saying the fucking grant me eyes so that I might see the stain joke. The more I play this game, the more I realize I don't want to be granted eyes so that I might see. Seeing sucks and it makes me frustrated.
You know what frustrates me about this game?
What's that?
What?
You never have to go back and refill your tanks.
That's why Tiger calls us the power washing cryptid, because we have infinite water in a city that is experiencing a drought due to government negligence.
It also just, you know, just kind of goes away. It doesn't, like, pool up. Like these fucking, like, rail lines should be flooded.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
And also our mysterious ability to just see dirt.
I mean, I'm gonna say that, like, the shader they use for the wet tile, that's great. I love that. That looks real good. But
Chilton's looking at that like, pog.
I'm just saying, like, that's a good shader. But
Check the inside of the frames. There we go.
yeah.
All right, what have we missed?
Let's
We've
check
missed
the
clock.
documents. Clock 3 of 4.
Where's the clock?
I want to say something on your end, because I was good about my clocks. Oh no,
just can't
I'm
feel
the
about my
asshole!
Oh no.
I'm gonna clean your clock, Highwang!
Oh no!
Okay.
Main ceiling wall 9 of 10. What's that?
These archways. One of them has.
I see it.
I was the one who did these, so I missed a spot.
Yep, I got it.
Thank you.
Metal platform floor is 1 of 2. This is the one Tiger did because I saw mine blink.
Yeah, I don't think I specifically
can't-
went down the line for mine.
I can't fault you for these ones because Rust is a real bastard and I hate it. There we go.
Damn it. Shift tab is owning me.
Tactile platform floor.
I missed this one.
I actually think this one was mine because I was having trouble with this one.
There we go.
Yeah, this is mine because it has the Jeff Jefferson poster.
Both of them have the Jeff Jefferson poster.
Oh.
No, this is mine because I remember mine was Jeff, 84, Funfair, and then driving.
Oh,
Whereas
yeah.
yours has them in the opposite way.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
can tell who did who.
Tiled mosaic platform 4 of 7.
Yep.
Oh,
over
it's
here.
these ones over here. There we go. 6 of 7 now. 7 of 7. Platform lights 10 of 12. Platform lights.
Probably the
The ones
lights
in the ceiling.
in the tunnel.
Yeah, I see them now. Got one of them. I think they're mine. Signal lights, tunnel lights, uplighting ledges.
What's an uplighting ledge?
I'll take care of the uplighting ledges. I know where those are.
Oh, is this the signal light that I fucking forgot to clean at the start of the game? You filthy creature, I despise you. And yeah, when we say you can see dirt, if you press tab, which, when we start the next one, you'll see what I like to jokingly call retina damage whenever we start a level.
Flashbang going out.
tunnel lights. Tunnel
You the
lights?
bitch? You the bitch?
Tunnel-
You're the bitch.
Tunnel lights rule? Tunnel lights. Which one? The problem with this part is, there we go, is that the thing glows very light white when it's the objective to be clean. But if it's a
Kind of hard to
light,
see on actual lights, yeah.
hey, we got it.
Yippee! Now we get a time lapse.
Yeah, here's the fun part that I always like watching.
Oh. Oh, that's neat.
You can see Tiger doing a way better job at this than me.
A faster job, not a better job. You noticed that I left a few spots.
Okay, so $2,000 for essentially 2 people for 2 hours of work. That's actually not bad.
Check out my new wheels. Everyone says I can take the hind legs off a turkey, so enjoy the traveling fairground as a fortune teller. Got the name, now I got the ride. Picked it up from an old lady at a bargain price online. I was the only bidder. She wasn't happy, and she said she'd curse me if I didn't pay her the going rate. But it's not my fault she didn't set a reserve price. It's not like she even looked at the wagon. It's covered in anything and everything you can imagine. The rest of the fairground is pristine, so please help. So before we
Yeah,
even
the rest
start,
of the fairground is pristine because of us.
So before we start, Tiger, I gotta show Chitlin this. Flashbang out.
Before we start, we should look over this way. Volcano's not looking, well, I guess it is looking so hot, and that is the problem.
Yeah, the
Oh,
volcano's...
that's why they call it Caldera City.
Because we're on next to a fault line, apparently. What's the Chivo for this?
Yeah, what's the Chivo in this level?
Oh, please tell me you guys are going for the flat.
We failed to do so already, but, you know,
Oh.
might as well get the work in. Also, I just now realized I poured a cup of soda 2 hours ago and never touched it.
That shit's
Now it's
flat.
flat.
It's not actually, it's just warm. I've been drinking water this whole time. Oh right, I shouldn't look at the Chivas because it's apparently spoilers for me.
Alright.
I'm drinking water, still. It just has a whole bunch of other chemicals in it, and it just have that delicious taste of death right on my tongue. I haven't quit soda, but I've definitely been reducing my intake. It's hard to quit something that has had a fucking, like, you know, effect on keeping you sane and functioning for decades.
Yeah, so a while back, I actually, like, weaned myself off of caffeine entirely.
Smart.
It was going good for a few years, but lately I've been so fucking tired that I've actually started getting more caffeine in my system. And
Unfortunate.
and well, I think I've, you know, lost my dependency on it, so now it's actually having an effect again, and I'm staying awake longer.
Oh. I found the Chivo. Come here, Highway.
1 second, I'm just taking Cecil's advice and stretching, because I have been shrimping for 2 hours.
Fair enough.
But feel free to tell me what it is, and then I'll, like, look at it in a minute. I'm just, you know, moving around. Or do I have to actually look at it?
It's fairly obvious. Just come over. Do a 180 and come over here.
Yes, I'll do a 360 and walk away. Oh, yeah, that's right. Chad, it's 2008 all over again. Fuck it. Actually, I don't like that idea. I'm still a terrible person then.
That's actually a good thing.
What?
That you recognize that you were a terrible person back then, because it means you've made progress.
Oh yeah, Chitlin, did I ever tell you the story about the fucking pivotal moment in my life where I realized I gotta be a better person and not be like this awful, like, internet meme poison?
I don't believe you have.
I'll discuss it in a minute. I gotta first see what Tiger wanted me to see real quick. Where are you?
I stood up to stretch as well. And Behind the Ferris wheel.
So,
Hello.
I forget when we did LP Shitlin, but I believe this story that I'm about to say takes place in 2016. Oh, this again?
Do what comes naturally.
I'm gonna going to do a quick aside before Highwing tells his story. Eve says meow. So
Wow.
Of course she
Okay.
does.
yeah, so all right, go on, Highwing.
So this would be either 2016 or 2017. I can't quite remember. But Magic was. Bear with me here. Magic was releasing a new set.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
What?
Wait, come here.
Yeah.
Stand where I'm standing.
Oh. Oh, that's weird.
It's. I think that's the mayor's cat,
Huh.
and it's standing in a desert.
Looks more like a blasted hellscape, but.
Well, there's. I think that's the RV that we cleaned.
Huh. But, as I was saying, Magic has started releasing one of its new core sets, and I was playing a pre-release. And,
Okay.
one of my opponents in round 2 was a man who walked in looking relatively normal, looked like you know, your typical, like, college professor-looking guy, but he had the little neck thing that Christian priests wear?
I don't know what that's called, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I found that to be really striking. So we go through our games normal. We go through the first game, and in the middle of like the second one, I just say, "So, isn't it a little odd that a priest is playing Magic: The Gathering?"
I think it's called a cassock.
That sounds correct.
It sounds correct, but I could be wrong.
I feel like I've
Anyhow,
heard it called
continue.
something else, but you know. But like I said that, and he kind of laughed it off as like, "Oh, that's pretty funny." But I wouldn't really consider myself a priest. I'm more of a scholar of religion. I tend to study religion more than actually, you know, proselytize faith. And I was just like, that kind of got to me that you could study faith. And I was just, and he just says like, what I typically do is just figure out what people actually believe in, rather than, you know, tell them what to believe in. And when he said that, I was like, all right, we're going into round 2. Let's play ball. Let's see what I can. let's see what I should believe in. And he went through a lot of very interesting like questions. One of them definitely being like, what do you feel about same-sex romance? What do you feel about, you know, a lot of these things? And I was answering with a lot of very like hand wavy at the time, because, you know, I was still in that fucking 4chaner mindset.
Yeah,
And-
caring about things is stupid.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but I definitely was just like, it was definitely moments of just like, I wouldn't practice this, but I do feel like, who cares if gay people get married? Let them like get what they want. And then after a couple of questions, you're like, okay, I think I get what you're all about, and specifically, you don't really care about anything religious, but rather you care about, you know, people being happy and finding love and being the best that they want to be, and you'd rather people be happy and engaged and not successful, rather than being successful and miserable. And I just sat there like, wow, you kind of just like, you just kind of unlocked something there, dude. What the hell? And he got a laugh out of me realizing, yeah, I kind of like would rather people see people be happy than successful, which is why I'm so like open to being like, yeah, you do you, man. I'm not gonna fucking, you know, get in your way. Unless you're a Nazi, fuck that. But like, in that moment, I was just sitting there like, you know, I don't really like bandwagoning on people, like making fun of stuff like that. So I stopped doing that as a result and became more open-minded. And that's why I've become today, as just some dude on the internet who's fully okay with you being you. And I feel like if I didn't meet that man, there's a very high chance I would have still been fucking 4chan poisoned.
I mean, I don't think you were ever completely poisoned like that. Like you were always that person who cared more about people being happy than whether or not, you know, they were successful or anything like that. You just,
or whether or not they conform to
yeah.
other people's expectations of them.
But I think that man probably allowed you to articulate that a little bit better and be more accepting of that as who you are, mostly.
Yeah. And I definitely feel like that is the moment where, like, just everything kind of fell into place, and I could just started feeling like I didn't have to make an act. I could just be whoever I want and not give a fuck. And it's really weird that this wandering priest that I just met on a lark just kind of, you know, helped me realize that.
I mean, wandering priest who you meet on a lark is a pretty good mentor character, all things considered.
It is definitely funny that that's the case, because I've always had, like, misgivings with religion, and with organized religion specifically. You can have faith, I just don't like the organization mostly. But, like, running into this guy is very amusing, let's say, from a cosmic level. Where, like, some being out there was just reminding me, faith is still fine.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has faith, whether they want to admit it or not. Whether it's faith in a higher being, faith in a cause, faith in your friends.
Or faith on the flip of a coin.
It's basically just another word for hope for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's okay to have hope that things will get better, that things can get better, you know?
And I keep hoping to this day. But yeah, like, that is definitely just one of those moments that I always think back on of, like, wow. I can't even imagine the person I would be if I didn't meet that guy. It's kind of like how I can't imagine what life would be like if I didn't run to, like, fucking Chitlin or Tiger. Like,
okay, so, like, it sounds kind of weird, like, saying it, but yeah, I do think, like, joining the Super Meat Boy races back in, like, 2011 or whatever,
oh, man,
actually changed the arc of my life to the point where, you know, I met a lot of different kinds of people, and yeah, like everyone you meet is gonna set your life on a different course. Maybe not, you know, drastically, but
is one poke among many that like pushes you on a different path of life.
Exactly, yeah. Like,
to know somebody is to change them, even if it's ever so slightly.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, so I honestly, like, I don't know if I'd be the same person if I didn't join that weird Skype group way back when, but, you know, I'm glad I did. It's just like a weird thing to think about, like, who would I be, you know, had I made slightly different choices, had I been a little bit more awkward and just set that out, you know?
Like, would the Chitlin that did not join that group and the Chitlin of today be the same people? No, because in between them there have been so many different, like, decisions and permutations.
Right.
Also,
the real question is, which one is the 000 identity?
Chitlin's not gonna get that.
I know, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Did you just try to animate me?
Kinda, sorta. We play a fucking...
Gotcha game. It's a gotcha game thing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we play a gotcha game where, like, it's only 13 characters, but they do the whole, like,
lotto thing. Limbus company?
Yeah,
yeah.
They do the whole thing of, like, we only have 13 characters, but their alternate identities are characters you could roll on.
Yeah, like a different timeline where, like, the little German boy listened to his bully.
And became fucking cybernetic Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Cool.
But that's an alternate reality.
Hmm. So it's basically doing multiverse shit.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
One of... I don't know if I should say this because I don't know if Chitlin's going to engage with it. Because Act 6 is very funny for a spoilery reason.
I mean,
Like-
I have no idea if I'll engage with it.
So, a lot of Limbus Company's characters are, literary characters.
Right, yeah. I was in a stream of Limbus Company.
Ah, that's right.
One of those, and you kind of explained the city and how everyone was like, a character from a classic work of literature.
One of
Not
those
literally everyone, but most of them.
One of those is Wuthering Heights. Are you aware of what Wuthering Heights is?
I'm aware it's a novel that I was supposed to read in high school and then didn't.
Wow, you had Wuthering Heights? It would have been better than Beowulf, in my opinion. But
I would rather read Beowulf.
But the big thing leading up to Act 6, which is Wuthering Heights, is everybody's going like, well, who the fuck is the villain of Act 6 going to be? It's not going to be Heathcliff, right? Heathcliff's not the villain, he's part of the main cast. And the developer's response is, you're right, here's your villain. It's another Heathcliff.
It's Heathcliff.
What are you, stupid? Of course he's the villain. So I thought that was incredibly funny.
Heathcliff 2.
I do like how this caboose is looking.
This is a lot, like, less of a thing than a subway tunnel.
Yeah, this is kind of a bit of a breather level by comparison.
Yeah, it's a palate cleanser, basically.
I know what the next level is, and,
We're not doing that today, I'm guessing. It is...
I think we would probably be going over time.
It is Memorial
But
Day.
I am looking forward to seeing your reaction to what it is.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Highwing's not working tomorrow, so...
Nope. In fact, my boss said, don't log into work today. We don't have overtime hours.
Oh, nice.
It's really weird, like, going back to the whole cyberpunk thing and, like, suits versus, like, punks versus corpos, in that, like, ostensibly I'm a suit because I work for a corporation, but it always weirds me out because I'm so used to hearing people talk about how their jobs suck and their boss is an ass, and, like, every day is a drudgery. Meanwhile, my work is, like, my boss comes in and is like, hey, Wang, everything okay? You doing alright? You probably getting some exercise? You took your lunch break, right? You took your fucking lunch break, right? By the way, I noticed you haven't taken any PTO in, like, months. Are you doing okay? And I'm just sitting here like...
Sounds like you actually have a good boss. That's...
I have had several good bosses, and it weirds me out. Because, like
as someone who's had some absolutely shitty bosses in the past, yeah, they're like a good boss can make all the difference in how you approach work.
I'm very appreciative of my bosses. It just throws me for a loop because my only other job experiences is working at a Dollar Tree, where I noticed I was getting progressively lower and lower hours of work in the day, while my manager was working 120 hours somehow?
Jesus.
He wasn't.
Oh, he's gaming the time cards. Oh.
I was, like...
Fucker.
Like, I wasn't getting
Yeah.
scheduled for work, so I wasn't losing hours. He was just taking actual work away from me to pad his paycheck.
Wow.
And I didn't realize that
Could've
at
gone
the
to
time.
HR with that shit.
Well, I didn't realize it and care at the time because I was quitting to go to college anyway.
Okay.
But also, like, looking back on it, I probably should have said something, because that was some shit right there.
Yeah.
Well, just remember, the goal of HR is not to protect you; it's to protect the company.
Yeah, but if the company is literally, if he's literally stealing money from the company, they will care about that.
Fair enough. Maybe I'm just cynical.
It's easy to be cynical these days.
Yeah, it's very easy to be cynical. But
Oh, there's our fruits to clean.
at the same time, it's often earned.
Also, good
So-
lord, I thought this roof was green. Like, I spray it, and it's like, wait, it's purple? Hey, Doc, how's the wash? I'm back on Rumblin' Rushless. Wait, what was that again?
Mount Rushless.
The mountain.
Oh.
Who is... Never thought I'd say this in my lifetime, but the data is off the charts. I mean, I've been noticing, my dude. Why are you confiding in me in this? I'm just some kind of cryptid.
Yeah, why is the power washer getting volcano updates?
I hope I'm wrong, but she looks ready to blow, and she does Muckingham is in real danger.
There is literal fire coming out of the volcano. You don't need more data. You can give the order to evacuate the town.
I don't know about that.
The mayor has already flown the coop, actually.
And
yeah,
and also disabled many services that would, you know, help with that.
Of course, yeah, great.
Oh yeah, this is the guy who actually sold us our work van, now that I think about it.
And now he's up on the mountain taking scientific readings?
Apparently.
Huh.
Why is this
Alright.
fucking holiday... Oh, okay. This fortune-telling sign is driving me up a wall. What's dirty about it?
Have you tried crouching down?
It's under, and I don't know how I'm supposed to get under there.
Have you tried crouching up?
What?
Just, you know, extend yourself like a cat.
Fortunately, I'm not that flexible.
I guess that's what you get for not being a tiger.
Which is very ironic considering how often the tiger has been inexorably, like, tied to my life.
How so?
My Chinese zodiac is, of the tiger. My high school mascot was the tiger. One of my college's mascots was the tiger. I'm friends with a woman who calls herself Tiger Brows. It's almost kind of amusing.
Tigers surround thee.
I don't mind it, it's just kind of funny.
You were born in what, 86, Winston?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so I'm also Year of the Tiger then.
I'm also Year of the Tiger. Don't pay attention to when I was actually born.
God, I remember back when I was a kid learning about the Chinese zodiac. I was like, why they went with a rat? I don't think people would want to be associated with a rat.
Rats are awesome. And cute little guys.
I mean, rats are cool as long as they're not at my house.
I think I remember back in the day I lamented not being born in the year of the dragon. Because I thought
rats are also they have different like connotations for the Chinese.
Yeah.
Same with snakes.
That's what I was trying
like,
to lead into, is that like people like they see things differently than we do. But I was like, I want to say 10 years old when I learned about the Chinese zodiac.
Yeah, I literally learned about the Chinese zodiac one day when we went out to dinner at a Chinese restaurant and they had the zodiac on a placemat.
Yeah, those ones.
That's how I learned about it, and I remember being okay being in the year of the tiger. I'm like, okay, I'm fine with this.
Yeah.
Tigers are cool.
I think the funniest one is related to my favorite coat. Because before the apocalypse happened, I went to TwitchCon. And when I went there, there was like a pretty big Japanese tailoring company that was setting up and selling jackets there. And I was curious at the time. So I went over there to check, and one of them was, I was just sitting there like, well, I'm looking for a new coat to like use for like the spring and fall years. And one of them was just like, oh, what year were you born then? And I just go, 86. And they're just like, oh, we have the perfect new product for you. And it is a fucking, it is a jacket with a fucking Chinese design with a tiger in the back, and one of the sleeves has every year of the tiger emblazoned on the side. And I'm like, alright, you're pretty good at marketing, how much is it? And I threw the money down, and I have had this sweet jacket for a couple years now. It's fucking dope. It's lasted longer than...
Was it a reasonable price?
I would probably say no, it's $160, but like, I hadn't bought anything beforehand anyways.
Yeah, that's kind of on the high end for jackets, but you know what?
It
Sounds like a cool jacket, so...
For a cool jacket, yeah, that's...
Also, my mouse
That's a
is
decent price.
scrolling outside of the game, and I don't know what's going on here. Oh, I see what's going on here. Hang on a second. Somebody's being an asshole.
Is it me?
No, it's the game engine. Is there any way to do, like, screen lock for the mouse? Lock mouse to screen, there we go, thank you. Fucking... Why are you doing this game? I think I have to figure this setting out. You're probably gonna have to finish it without me, Tiger, because this game is really starting to frustrate me at the moment. Graphics. Screen display 1. No, not 1? There we go. Screen display 3. Fucking finally. And it's locking the screen. Okay. Where were we at? Completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the jacket. I was going to mention that the jacket has outlasted 2 Levi Strauss leather jackets.
Huh.
Well, sounds like you got your money's worth then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Which is amazing because I have put a lot of pins in that thing. So I'm shocked that it is not just, you know, frayed apart with use. I do not even know what's, like, not clean on this thing. Table? What do you mean the table's not clean? Where?
You sprayed so much water on that table.
Oh, you son of a bitch game. I gotta floss these little cravats. I don't think they're actually cravats, but... Yep, there it is. There we go.
A cravat is a garment. What are you talking about?
I don't know. Cravat is where the
He's
kingdom...
flossing the cravat. Come on.
That's
Stop
gotta...
saying stupid things. You're not even making sense.
Just let him floss the cravat.
I think that's gonna be our raid message tonight.
Oh my god.
Sometimes you floss the cravat, sometimes the thumb tickles the begonia. It's fine.
I'm glad you still remember that.
I'm going and getting a drink.
I'm glad you remember that. That fucking reference I still don't know to this day, even though it's been pointed out to me.
Wasn't it from like the Dukes of Hazzard movie or something like that?
No, I know the Dukes of Hazzard movie. They don't make that joke. I want to say it's the Howard Stern movie, but I don't fucking remember. Somebody was saying that it was either SNK or like The Man Show, but fucking I do not remember. The fucking day when Chitlin and Skippy Granola died on stream because I said the most outlandish thing ever.
I mean, apparently Highwang willingly watched the Dukes of Hazzard movie. That's
I
what I learned.
unironically like that movie. Like, there's a lot of problems with it, but I think it's a very smart way to do the Dukes. Of course, I'm just kind of a fan of Johnny Knoxville in general, because I'm a fool. Well, I long for those days of just delightful ignorance. But hey, what could you do?
I hate Highwang. I hate Torpo. I hate Chitlin. They drive me to drink.
That was pretty good.
That sounded like you were on like an old-timey megaphone. That's good.
Unhand her, Den Tiger Brows.
It's Tiger Brows time. I don't know how that would shake out. As Tiger Browns tie a dude to the train tracks?
You know, it's 2025. Dudes can get tied to tracks just as well as anyone else.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, I think the Dukes of Hazzard movie with Knoxville and I never remember
Stifler?
the. Yeah, I never know his actual name. I just know him as Stifler. I think it's a good movie. I would sit down and watch it.
Like Sean William Scott.
Sean
I think?
William Scott, yes.
Yeah.
I cannot get to this part of the wheel. It's dirty and it's driving me mad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've only seen one other movie with Stifler in it.
Was it the
And that was
Rundown?
Yes, it was actually.
High five.
Yes, the Rundown with The Rock.
And oh god, who's the old dude that was the antagonist and has that, that voice, you see?
I have no idea. I don't remember anything other than
Oh, he was
Other
also
than
the dude who
The
was
Rock.
It was also the guy who was in Pulp Fiction for 10 minutes talking about the watch up some dude's ass.
Oh, Walken, Christopher Walken.
Yeah,
Christopher
Christopher
Walken.
Walken, yeah.
Oh, was that Christopher Walken in the
Yeah.
Rundown?
Yeah. He's like a
Damn.
he's like a quarry guy, and like
Yeah.
Sean William Scott finds the treasure and he wants it because that's money.
This is not over. Bess.
I remember Christopher Walken familiarity from two things. One, Joe Dirt, because he has a pretty good scene there, and two, I forget. Oh, Weapon of Choice by I forget the band.
Fatboy Slim.
Yeah, that music video is fucking dope.
That music video was everywhere for like a year.
Because it was such a good, well-produced scene.
Yeah, like, okay, so Joe Dirt is one of my, like, ultimate guilty pleasure movies.
Don't worry, I can agree with you.
Like to the point where I found out there was a Joe Dirt 2 and tried to watch it. That's how much I liked the first movie.
How bad was it?
There was a scene that lasted about 4 minutes, and it was just people farting in Joe Dirt's face. And yeah,
They leaned in heavily on the torture porn, didn't they?
I hate to say it, it lacked the nuance of Joe Dirt 1.
No, Joe Dirt had nuance of even though life sucks, there's still a slim sliver of hope.
Yeah, it's the whole message of the movie. Like life's a garden, dig it.
Also,
Look.
Hemis are cool, buy one.
And these are cool.
Oh man, Torpid would have fucking words for you.
Yeah,
I don't even know what a Hemi is.
It's an engine.
It's an engine that's typically on muscle cars.
I see.
Which, I agree, I do like me a muscle car. There's something about that is just peeking away.
Mm-hmm.
Where is
What the fuck is a wall trim?
It cuts the trim.
Are we referencing Silence of the Lambs now?
Oh no, Squidbillies.
No.
It's the only, it's the one of the consistent jokes of this stream for me.
Referencing Squidbillies?
Yeah, because anytime we see that we have to clean a trim, I just instinctively say it cuts the trim. Because that's what I would hear before I change the channel, because I fucking hate that show. What if we did... Go ahead.
Never watched Squidbillies or like Metalocalypse. I never got that show.
Metalocalypse is one that I would honestly recommend wholeheartedly, but Squidbillies is... What if we just had the fucking Blue Collar Comedy Tour jokes, but, as a cartoon as squids, and then they were not actually jokes? Roof decorations. Game, just let... Where's the ladder? There you are. What the hell are the roof decorations?
I mean,
Oh, I see
Yeah.
what it is.
Goodbye.
The tiger pushed me off it.
Look. I'm...
This is the trade-off for me working with a budget, is that I'm fucking, like, light as fucking a cloud, and I'm just easily pushed around.
Meanwhile,
Why don't
I am
you-
very heavy.
why don't you spend some of that money?
Because technically we've bought everything, and the only thing left is cosmetics or soap.
I mean, there's still like the medium range.
Oh, the medium longer? I guess I
Yeah.
could buy that. Yeah, you was mostly spend it on equipment, Shitlin, but like we got most of it. This is the Prima Vista Pro, right?
Correct.
Prima Vista Pro long, extra long. That's... Where is the Prima Vista? Here we go, the Prima Vista Pro short. You could also buy the Prima Vista soap nozzle. But typically, like, you're mainly buying equipment, and then outside of that you have the power washers, which is the big, you know, stone wall, but we already got all those.
What the fuck qualifies as a wall trim? Where is it?
There's soap you could buy to make life easier for you, but I feel like that's cheat codes. And then there's cosmetics, such as your gloves or your suit.
Oh, this is it. What the fuck?
I mean, I guess it's fine because it's like a multiplayer game and there's a little bit of.
The problem is the one I would want to use is this one, but it's not for my gun, and I find that maddening.
Yeah.
The fucking final gun has some pretty ass-looking skins, if I'm gonna be frank. Room decorative trims. Your room? No, roof decorative trims. Where is it?
You know, your dirt vision isn't showing anything?
Oh, I see now. Good call. Wait, that was the underside. That wasn't a decorative trim. Well, where the fuck is it? This is a fascia.
Well, I mean, it might be on the roof.
Well, I got the fascia.
Okay.
I got the roof decorative trim.
Seat, side panels, and skylight roof. Seat. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. How dare. Side panels. Some of the bits on this one are real fiddly. I've noticed, log. Also, hello.
Yeah. Good.
Oh, I see it now. It's this one. Skylight roof ribs? Oh my god, I didn't even think about this one. It's this one over here.
Here's the bitch.
Is it the Wishy
We
Washers?
did it!
I got your details from your friend Harper, who's helping us with the historic dig. Fancy getting involved? Oh, hell yeah. It's time to power wash La Mulana.
Oh, thank
So
God.
you know how you said the other day. Ah!
My revenge!
That's a powerful spray.
It is the 0 degree hose. It is a laser of get fucked.
So you know how you said the other day about how we'd wind up power washing an ancient pyramid or something.
Shut the fuck up.
Well,
I'm willing to go a little bit over to do this one.
all right.
All the recent seismic activity, coupled with the worst storm in living memory, have unearthed the most extraordinary statue I've ever seen. We have no idea who made it or when, but we're hoping that with your help, those questions will be answered. Is fucking Caldera Town built on the top of a fucking volcano god?
I feel like power washing would be the worst thing you could do to an
Yeah.
archaeological find.
I
Yeah.
don't know. This doesn't look like a volcano god to me.
Is there a Shiva tied to this place?
I believe there is.
Also, this is definitely not a volcano god. This is a fucking serious Sam boss.
Actually,
We have to find and knock over 3 buckets.
all right.
Also, there are cat paws in the there are cat tracks in the dirt here.
Yeah, there's been a weird side thing of, like, cats have been going missing, Chitlin, and we've just been seeing, like, the side effects of their existence. Three.
I'm
I didn't get the Chiva, though.
They're not going them over properly.
Don't like that
Let me see.
noise.
At the ancient statue, knock over 4 buckets. Oh,
Man. Oh,
yeah, that one doesn't count. It's a solid object.
barf.
So we need to find bucket number 4. Oh, here it is. Oh, we have to dislodge it. Here.
Get the fuck out of here. Alright.
Anyhow,
Time to play
yeah, time to-
war.
time to watch whatever the hell this is.
Oh, we just spray it and then we just fucking cut through it like a laser through butter. Bing
Oh, that's not
longer,
the
help me
color I
out
was
here.
expecting.
Oh, it's iron.
No, it's stone. It's just bluish gray stone.
That's a weird color. Also, we're gonna have to get into the cracks of this thing, and that's gonna get weird. It's rusted too. Oh no, that's just mud. Never mind.
It's just really caked in there. Yeah. The good thing is that this one doesn't have any rust on it. There's nothing worse than like sand or mud. So
God, imagine if
You
we
don't
use
really
soap
have
on
to-
this thing and just completely ruin it.
And speaking of getting into the cracks,
This is a merman. Is this supposed to be Atlantean?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say like he's a deep one or something.
Nah, maybe. This seems a bit too... Seems a bit too human, you know?
it's beginning to look a lot like fishmen everywhere I go.
Call Ahab. Ah, damn it.
I tried reading Moby Dick once.
I heard it is the most boring read of your fucking life because it tends to be more about, like, nautical retellings of the journey rather than, you know, the actual,
Yeah. Yeah, like every adaptation focuses on the fight against, you know, Ahab and the whale.
because that's where the entertainment is.
But the book goes just stops for chapters at a time and becomes, you know, becomes an index of animals you might find in the tropics. Like, it's just weird.
I guess it makes sense because, remember, this is supposed to be, you know, the telling of Ishmael, who probably finds that more interesting than whatever the psycho captain is doing.
Yeah, but the psycho captain's like, that's where the story is, man.
Don't disagree with
But,
you
but
there.
what about the parts where Ishmael gets into like yaoi with with Queequeg?
It's so funny that Limbus Company leaned on that. Was not
Made it
afraid to
Doomed
go for
Yuri
it.
instead of Doomed Yaoi.
Yeah, for context, Chitlin, Moby Dick plays out exactly how you would expect an Ishmael after the events of Moby Dick 2 would occur, except they just made like 90% of the cast ladies instead of men.
No, they didn't. 50%.
Oh.
They're pretty good at like splitting the gender divide.
Okay, I just wasn't.
evenly.
I wasn't too sure. I was mainly doing it for dramatic effect. But it
Well,
is.
I mean, the book was kind of a sausage fest, so you know, whatever.
It's just very funny to see Ahab as a fucking insane grandma.
Crazy old hag.
Of course, these things aren't necessarily literal. The Egyptians have statues of the heads of storks and crows. I don't know. I know that I'm in a video game, so I'm taking this very literally, ma'am. I gotta use the 25 here just because it's getting a little... The nozzle's a bit too narrow.
I've been using the 25 the whole time. Like, this is just blasting away dirt.
It is.
Honestly, I
It's
could
just that
probably
I'm...
get away with the 40.
It's just that I'm doing it from a distance and it's a little awkward.
Well, that's what the thing longer is for.
I am using the Fingest Longerist. And it's not too great, but it's doing most of the job at least.
You ever fall into a hole of watching those like carpet cleaning videos on YouTube?
Yes.
I think we were talking about that last time, actually, weren't we?
Yeah, because I was mentioning how fucking filthy those carpets get, and then I think you mentioned that they actually engineer the filter, you know, clickbait shots.
I mean, probably, yeah. Can't trust anything.
Nope.
Anything you see anymore.
You can trust me because I'm too much of a jackass to lie to your face. Like
See,
I would
like the evolution of those videos, in my opinion, is the like sidewalk, like lawn trimming videos where they just like peel back like fucking like 5 meters of fucking lawn to reveal that there was secretly a sidewalk underneath it the whole time.
Yeah,
You're making the blunder I did not focusing on cracks. Oh, I'm aware. I'm gonna get to the cracks when we do, you know, the broad strokes. It's typically what we do.
I've been getting into the cracks. I'm all about getting into the cracks. Just ask.
Oh my god.
Never mind.
Whenever I play this game, I always go for the broad strokes first, and then just devil in the details. But I also have a bad habit of like zeroing in and being like, okay, I'm gonna lock in here for the next hour and a half.
Ding.
Meanwhile, me looking at this going tisk tisk tiger. Am I even getting that antenna from this distance? There's a weird thing about this because it feels like I'm shaving the statue.
It's like we're playing WarioWare.
Whoa, yeah.
Now I'm picking his nose.
Tiger, you know what they say, don't pick your friend's nose.
Let your nose pick your friends?
Well, I guess. But more importantly, I don't think a stranger would want you picking their nose either.
Yeah, this guy hasn't objected, and I'm sure he's okay with it.
It'd be cool if you put enough spray on the nose that it fell off like the Sphinx.
Let me try.
Here, I'll help. 3, 2, 1, go. Damn. Ah, yes, this is Chitlin's role. The manager in the office saying like, "Hey, why don't you try this? I think it'd be funny." Doc, I don't know where you're at, but if it's anywhere in Muckingham, you need to get out right now. What?
Well,
Oh,
you know,
the volcano's
the volcano.
exploding. Where are we, anyways?
In the middle of the desert.
Mount Rushliss could blow in a minute. I'm just praying I got time to scoop up Mom and Pa first. Man, this guy is This guy's having his own fucking 90s volcano movie thriller plot. While we're cleaning a
he's having his own arc.
Little did we know
Hands
that
over there playing in Dante's Peak, and you're just spraying a statue.
Little did we know that our friend was actually Tommy Lee Jones. Or who was the other one? It was
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Chat. Hi, Wang Tiger.
Yeah.
Hi.
You all need to decide right now which is the better 90s volcano movie. Volcano or Dante's Peak?
I've watched neither. I'm going to go with Dante's Peak.
I'm going with whichever one had Tommy Lee Jones, because I found that to be a lot more entertaining.
That was a Volcano.
Yeah, I'll say Volcano.
Okay.
Because that one also had the scene where the dude heroically saves someone by jumping in the lava to throw them, and then he does the Terminator pose.
God, I love the stand scene. Yes.
It's really good. I'm just sitting there like, well, if you're doomed to die, at least you had the good sense to look cool while doing it.
Yeah.
But
yes,
also,
both are stupid.
But also, that dude really did go out a fucking hero.
Yeah. But he didn't have to.
What do you mean?
If he just moved a little bit faster, he could have gotten them both to safety.
Oh yeah, but you know, the heat in his melting shoes probably wasn't helping.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be the worst, isn't it?
Getting deep in them cracks.
I kinda low-key despise using the Zero.
Why do you think I keep insisting on getting the Swizzler?
Oh, I forgot about the Swizzler. Fuck.
Using the Swizzler is just fun. It swizzles.
Yeah, like it's doing a better job already.
Yeah, the one thing YouTube has taught me is that lava is not quite as destructive as I thought it was.
Really, because every single time I see food, it's just fucking, like, just overwhelming everything by sheer mass.
Soup.
Yeah, I've like seen people like making like actual lava and pouring it over like bowling balls and shit, and the bowling ball barely melts at all.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sure you know, an actual pyroclastic flow coming out of the earth itself is a little bit more destructive, but in terms of the actual heat, apparently not that bad, or not as bad as I would think.
I think it also... How big was the sample size... Well, sample size. How big was the size of the lava that they utilized?
It was... like a very large crock pot full of lava.
I think that's probably why, just because, I feel like a lot of the fire threat from lava comes because it's a lot of it and it compounds over time.
Yes.
So that's not really a good assessment of how damaging the heat would be because it's a very localized space in a controlled
True.
environment. But then again, you can't really engineer a situation like that in like a way to get YouTube clickbait. That would just have to be like fucking like scientific documentary shit.
Now I'm thinking of like Team Magma Maxi. It's your boy. I'm going to throw this meteorite into a volcano.
Oh, these things are so satisfying. What the fuck?
Ding.
Ding, fries are done. Don't forget the human body is 60% water. I feel like I'm stepping in on the conversation chat's having. What does the body water ratio have to do with lava?
how quickly we boil?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta take off the thing longer here. I'm in intimate range.
You must intimately caress the cracks.
Oh, you know I'm gonna do that. Who, buddy?
You know, I'm a little bit disappointed. I thought this was actually going to be Lava Lana. You have to, like, dodge traps and shit.
It would be very funny if the statue's jaw came down and fucking killed me. And then you get
Just a random fist out of nowhere.
Its jaw fucking opens and fires a laser beam at you.
And then you get the achievement, this is La Mulana 13, died in PowerWash Simulator. But I don't know how you get the logistics of doing that across companies like that.
I don't know. Has Lava Lana guy done anything else since Lava Lana 2?
They are currently working on a remake of the inspiration for La Mulana called The Maze of Gallius, I believe.
Oh, really?
And they're doing like a full-on remake because the original Maze of Gallius, shocker, it's not that great on compared to modern game design. Though they've been very quiet about that. Which I'm not surprised, like, probably having a hard time getting the funding more than anything, but you know.
Well, you know how it is with, like, fan projects. You need to follow the immortal advice of woolly wolves. Shut the fuck up.
Also,
Yep.
this isn't really a fan project. I'm pretty sure they went out and got the license for it.
Oh, if they own the license, then it's a different story.
Like, this is a product they intend to sell, so I'm pretty sure they're getting the licensing. They've also just been kind of quiet about it, almost to a frustrating degree. Wow, we did this statue in like no time.
I'm always so frustrated whenever I see like a cool fan project like that. People are like, oh, here's what we're working on. Like, shut the fuck up. They're gonna shut you down.
Yup. The problem is you need to drum a pipe in order to get people to download it anyways, but like, you really do have to shut the fuck up in this day and age.
Yeah, the move is to just say nothing, like fucking drop it, and then it's out on the internet. It doesn't matter if they go cease and desist, like it's already out there.
It's part of why I still have a USB drive to this day with Streets of Rage Remake, even though you can't get that anywhere.
Really, they delisted the Streets of Rage remake?
Yep. It was up for a while, but then it's eventually said it was like, yeah, we gotta protect our IP, kill it. Like, it's part of what, it's like, it's the thought process I have, because like, for the longest time I've been brewing up at the very least the plot to like, a cowboy JRPG game a la Wild Arms in my head. I have names, I have plot beats, I have mechanical ideas. I would just need to get like, actual people to make a video game to go through with it. But I'm not saying anything, because if I ever win the lotto and get infinity per bajillion dollars, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and then just do it.
Well, I mean, if you're making your own cowboy JRPG, that's not like Wild Arms people are gonna shut you down.
Is dubiously close to using a lot of terminology from the game, which is why I would be prudent and shut the fuck up. Like,
but also, you can just change the terminology and do your
I
thing.
do have a very stupid thing, because like the pivotal thing they call guns and Wild Arms is arms. But it's an acronym and there's no definition to it. I have come up with two things. I have called arms the ancient repulsion machines.
Okay.
And this is ARM capitalized and then S. And then you have the general.
Sorry, sir, I have to put a ladder on your tits.
And then there is another one that I have, the mass-produced models that are not as powerful but everybody could use, that are just called guns, the general use neutralizers. It is very stupid, I know, but that is how I'm gonna get around that.
I mean, I like it.
I kind of want to find something better for arms, but that's what I have. And it's called
All range manslayers.
It's called Ancient Repulsion Machine because they didn't know what the acronym actually is and just backronymed it.
You say acronymed?
Yeah. I don't think it's
retcon for acronyms.
I don't know if it's the actual way to use backronym, but it's basically how I describe what they did. They're just like, these are labeled arms. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. They're like ancient repulsion machines. Okay, yeah, we'll use that. I'm so worried I'm so worried about the spiritual sequel from the Wild Arms devs called Arm Fantasia. Just because, boy howdy, two of those designs look so anime. It's almost outside the spirit of things.
I mean, I like the music that they released for that game, but I haven't seen anything from the game itself. I don't know if it's still being made or what's going on with it.
One of the characters is is sexy battle num with, no joke, the edgiest scythe I've ever seen, and I'm like, this is not really in the spirit of cowboys.
Yeah, it's not really Western in any way.
It's like I want to say like Gothic European, like nun dress as well, which is weird. Because I feel like if you're gonna do that, you're gonna be more like Tombstone and everything, where it's just like very subdued, like priest garbs. Oh, it's in the fucking mask, isn't it? No, God. Actually, I should look at this.
There we go.
One of the eyes.
One of the fin spines.
Stage left. Got it.
The one that's in the ground.
Fin spines.
I got it.
Backronyms are working backwards. Yeah, I figured that the term would not be wrong, but you know, it is just what I
Helmet slab.
It is the term I came up with because it is the term I use because I'm like doing this on the fly on stream, so fucking that's what I used. I'm guessing you have a helmet slab there too? Alright, I'll leave that to you. Lower torso slabs.
Well, I'm alright. Looking at it, so I'll get the necklace next.
I think the biggest thing I'm worried about if I do the Wild Arms is that I would need some actual real help to work with the game's equivalent of Native Americans, the Baskars, because I would not want to fuck that up at all.
You'd want to hire like a sensitivity writer.
That, and also, you know,
just being able to talk to actual Native Americans, do actual research, not just Google searches, you know.
Yeah. I know someone that I actually know some. I actually have some friends that are Native Americans, so I could like ask them for advice. But I would want to get that shit on lock with a bullet.
And one more arm slab.
Yeah, it's over here, but I'm like trying to figure out where it is. Check the undercarriage. Oh, it is the undercarriage. What the?
Oh.
Hello?
You activated the god.
That is shooting a laser at the volcano?
You know I was joking, but...
So, did you just doom the world, or what?
I don't know. It's a water... It's like a mermaid statue, so I'm assuming it's quelling the volcano.
Maybe.
I have a very stupid idea, 1 second.
You gonna jump in the beam?
I'm gonna jump that beam, baby.
Hell yeah.
Hiya! Oh, nothing.
Ah, of course.
Makes sense. Indie game after all.
Yeah, it figures, but disappointing.
I wanted to
nonetheless.
ragdoll super bad.
That'd be fun.
we didn't even go over time.
No, we didn't. Next time, stunt plane. My mom always told me never trust a man with a unique mustache, so why did I just accept a job from an absolute unit with a top lip like an angry beaver? I like this guy already. Truth is, the stunt work dropped off, so I take work where I can. We were doing some kind of revenge mission egg dropping on this temple out in the middle of nowhere, and obviously the whole thing went terribly wrong. To be fair, it would have been fine if the Kleinon insisted we dive so low he could get the last shot himself and we overtook all the eggs on our way down. Multiple embryotic burger strikes to the engine layer, and it was a miracle we made it out safely in his airport, albeit with egg on our face. These are the motherfuckers that bombed the monastery.
So, no. What happened to the monastery was completely unrelated. The monks from the monastery came out to egg the mayor's house, because the mayor's a piece of shit. And the mayor hired this guy to egg their temple in retaliation.
Oh.
But he completely fucked it up.
I see. I think we can call this a successful day's work.
Well, we've unleashed either an ancient evil or an ancient good. It remains to be seen which.
I don't think I've ever seen a water deity be depicted as an ancient evil.
Water's
I
usually
have
a
plenty
good
times.
element. I mean, water itself is usually a good calming element. Usually. Unless it's like Water World, I guess.
I mean, I guess I
mean,
could think of
Cthulhu.
one. Oh yeah. Well,
I mean, he was mostly an alien that just happened to be in water.
I guess.
I guess
mean,
it's
if
like,
you're willing to go slightly over, like, I don't think the stunt plane is going to take that long.
I'm
But,
guessing there's something funny with the stunt chopper.
eh.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. It is an extended weekend, so I don't mind. I can't think of one, not technically a water deity, but uses the name of a water deity. In Tales of Eternia, the fuck is that?
It's eggs.
No. Something interesting is in the shop. The Prime Vista Pro Triple Tip Nozzle. Buying
Oh,
that.
hell yeah. Got a water trident.
I saw that and I was like, hell yeah. Fucking. Oh, it doesn't spin, but it is wider big gun. Holy
Can you change the orientation of it? Like
Yep.
Isaac
Oh,
Clarke's
you're right.
plasma cutter?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
So,
Dead
we
Space now.
have a plasma cutter now.
But yeah, in Tales of Eternia, the final boss is called Nereid, which, you know, water deity of sorts. Can't remember the specific one, but, you know, that's the one time I could think of evil water god. Man, this thing fucking whips. I just kind of wish it spinned.
That would be cool, but
I mean, it does spin if you just smash R. Kinda.
not really spinning. Or just like fidgeting.
Hello, nice to meet you for the first time. I'll be providing you the utmost discretion. We have some of the most important secret of people I'm worrying. Oh, the fuck am I? What the hell was this email? Hang on. Thanks for coming. We are fishing in the hood down. Oh, it's another archaeological dig. Interesting.
Oh, good.
Give you an example, and yesterday we had a private fly jet in. God, this thing kind of fucking whips though. Holy shit.
Yep. Welcome to the best nozzle in the game.
I noticed. You could tell which gun these devs liked in Dead Space. It really is a crime what they did to it in 2, because, like, they were so mad that they only ever used the plasma cutter in the original game.
What was wrong with it in 2? It was a great gun in 2.
Was it? It felt pretty nerfed, at least to IMHO.
I mean, I used the plasma cutter through most of Dead Space 1 and 2, so I don't remember it feeling any different.
It's been a while for me, so I guess I might be conflating things. I just remember
There were definitely like more enemies at a time in 2, I think. So maybe a little bit harder overall to use just a single shot plasma cutter. But I don't know.
Hey, Tiger, I need you to do me a favor just because I'm curious.
What?
I need you to, shoot me in the fucking face with the Trigun. Okay, so it's not anywhere differently as strong, unfortunately. I was hoping that I would go flying.
This game does need cool ragdolls.
I agree. Satisfactory had that in spades, and it was great. I know you'll never play this, Chitlin, but I gotta say the best thing that we had at Satisfactory is making the human catapult, and then launching ourselves off great distances, only to realize, oh fuck, we have the wrong backpack equipped, land, ragdoll, and die.
I don't know. I was a pretty big fan of the fucking cyclotron that I made.
When we were just bored at the end and just doing shit, yeah.
I was not bored. I was sleep deprived.
Fair.
So I was just off my shit, and I decided I'm gonna do this because it'll be funny. when normally I was the very picture of productivity in that game.
Yeah, for context, Chitlin, since we were talking about, you know, the games that simulate a job, Satisfactory sure was there. Mm-hmm. And we had fun for the most part. And then we hit Chapter 4, which lasted, no joke, 2 months.
To be fair, we were doing it, like 4 hours at a time?
Once a week as well, so effectively 8 streams at 4 hours each. It became a running gag that we would get one part done, and that one part took 3 fucking streams. That game unfortunately has a pacing nightmare at Act 4.
Yeah, like the parts get like more and more complicated, and turbo motors are just a nightmare. Yeah,
Man, we cleaned that.
Just flew by.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what planes do.
Thank you, Tiger.
Well, that one could breathe. I want to see this one now. Like with the tri-shot, we could probably just fucking breathe through, huh?
I'm gonna go turn on my furnace because my air conditioner is on at night for some unfathomable reason.
Most factory streams I watch do a lot more streams per week, which helps with parts like that. Yeah, but like it was definitely just something I wanted to do on the side because I knew if I did factory more than twice a week, I would lose my fucking mind. Maybe to do other games, you know, like watch Cloud be a fucking nerd about card games.
I return.
One more?
Sure. I also like how the playback is basically just in real time.
Thanks for coming down.
That's how fast it was.
Thanks for coming down. We got a fresh discovery to urgent need of a hose down. We're scouting the area of recent seismic activity and found this curious hand completely unearthed. Well, it's been seen before, someone made it, but you know what I mean. Pre-Columbian. Are the gods themselves coming out of the ground to stop the volcano?
Sure.
Oh, this is a quick one.
Yeah, this shouldn't take more than a few minutes.
Oh, this is not pointing at the thing. Interesting.
Oh no. Do you have to turn it with water?
I don't think so, but they're alluding to the fact that it might be pointing else. Why am I not? Oh, I don't have the thing longer equipped.
Also, I don't think we really need to use... excuse you.
Missed opportunity. Yeah, this
I
is
don't
a
think
bit...
we really need to use the trident for this one.
Yeah, this is a bit too
like,
wide
as
for
nice
that.
it is to just... actually, it is very nice for just deleting dirt. I'll give it a wide sweep, and then I'll go back over it. How about that?
I'll dare to dream. God, this is the, like... This is the scraping sickle that your dentist has.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I have the technique. There we go.
Are you doing the same thing I am?
Behold.
I suppose it could be pointing to the stars.
That's not really cleaning.
It's fine, the stuff is hydrochloric acid. It removes whatever it comes in contact with. Andromeda would have been at this exact spot about 8,000 years ago, wouldn't it? Getting a little bit into fucking conspiracy theories here for my tastes.
Hey, Lamau.
I'm just here to clean a fucking statue, my guy. In contact with Fire Chief, excavations are taking place for everyone in Muckingham.
Evacuations, not excavations.
Did I say excavations? Fuck.
You did.
I think it's because I'm locked into this situation.
We are indeed excavating.
Blows fire helicopter being called in to see if anything can be done to calm Mount Rushless. Be sure to keep your distance. Man, what happened to my calm fucking power washing game? Shit's getting real now with explosions and volcanoes?
I mean, it's a game where everyone else is having like an interesting, fun adventure, and you're just cleaning shit.
It is not our destiny to be the heroes of this situation. We are just here to clean while everybody else is fleeing.
Like I said, the final level is just going to be that Mario Sunshine level where you have to clean off all of the lava from Pianta Village.
Hey there, the Miria is your catchment area. My shrimper's caked to the eyeballs. I only just realized this thing has 6 fingers. What else did we miss? God, I saw something funny today where somebody was talking about, oh, fuck. I forget the name of it. Never mind, joke loss. I'm trying to remember which weird early 2000s era, like, survival horror beat-em-up had the main character of the name Dot. Yeah, Blue Stinger. Thank you, Enora. Wow, you fucking locked in on that. Somebody made the discovery recently that the concept art for Blue Stinger is Dogs. The character Dogs, I want to say Mexican guy, but I could be wrong. Has 6 fingers on his right arm, and I hate that my first response is, so he's patient zero of AI art scrubbing, huh? Oh, this thing is not great at close range.
It's not. That's the downside.
Because that's what I was thinking, like, I feel like the trade-off should be, like, this is 3 beams, but you should have, like, a gap in between them. And you certainly do get them at hyper-close range, at least.
The killer in The Fugitive was a one-armed man, not a 6-fingered man. The 6-fingered man was from The Princess Bride, I believe.
Yeah, it was the guy Inigo Montoya was chasing, right?
Right, yeah.
And the man with 2 left hands was from JoJo.
Isn't the man with 2 left hands also a thing in other media?
I don't know. I'm just thinking of Jay Guile.
Hi, Doc, it's Leonard Kell's dad. Who? Oh, the guy! The volcano's about to blow the spy high, and all that cleaning you did for a bungalow will be for nothing. Tragic, really. Crowd's still looking pretty good, though, and safely packed away in the garage.
Oh, but yeah, Highway, you're also using the long stick, so that's not helping your trident at close range.
Yeah, I definitely took it off there when I was up there, but yeah, you're right. It's just that at some distances I have to put the thing longer on in order to, you know, actually touch the things somehow. Like, well, that's not a good example. Like right here, I'm not actually shooting anything. But if I click the thing longer, then I am.
Oh, yeah.
I love you, thing longer. Right up there with glitching gun.
Bang, bang, bang!
I love you, kitchen gun. I can't wait for this fucking game to end with a meteor hitting the volcano, and then you slowly see Sephiroth rise from the ashes, getting ready to go. But he's dirty, and he's like, "You creature, clean me."
And then you clean Sephiroth.
Yeah. I have to be ready for my final boss.
No, that's the Final Fantasy VII DLC, remember?
Yeah. It all comes together, baby. Turns out everything that was problem with fucking Caldera Town was due to Shinra.
It wouldn't be the first town they've ruined.
I am at such fucking odds and ends with the fucking Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering set.
Oh.
There's a lot of good ideas that pay good homage to Final Fantasy, but there are two things that frustrate me. In that A, it is the most power creep ever, and it is going to be a nightmare to play this in, like, elaborate rulings, especially in an era where nobody actually reads their fucking cards, me as well, I'm pretty guilty of that. And B, they are increasing the price to rip shit degrees, and I want the cards, but I don't want to support.
Flashbang myself. Ow.
I want to get the cards, but I don't want to support shitty business practices like that.
Well, I mean, Magic's always been kind of shitty about that, haven't they?
It's only been since 2020.
Really?
Some would say 2018 when they unfurled Fire design and started power creeping everything, but they didn't really start doing shady business practices until they started doing collector booster packs, which is the premium like pull of all the cool alternate versions are going to be in this one, and it's going to be have all the rares ever, and the one singular pack will be $25 to $30.
That's a lot for some cards.
And that's when they started doing like the June premium set, which will always be at least $300 up to $500, maybe $1,000 if we're feeling really fucking sicko tier.
Yes. Are Magic fans okay?
No.
Okay.
Like some of them still make the purchases, but it definitely feels like they're seeing their success as, you know, Magic fans willing to make the purchases and not scalpers fucking things over as well.
Because scalpers will just buy it no matter what.
Because they know they can flip it on scarcity. Like, there's a very good example here at our local game store, Chitlin, of 3 weeks ago, the boss had a lot of sweaty people run in and say, "Hey, I demand that you reserve me a box of cards for the set. I'll put triple the price down right now." And they've had to say, "No, we are only getting a limited amount. I cannot in good conscience do that." And then they throw a fucking conniption fit because they're not getting their product to sell.
Let's save the fingertip for last.
Fingertip?
Yeah, the distal finger phalanges.
Oh, I see why, yeah.
Yeah, this one right here.
Which one?
The fucking fingertip.
Oh. I need the thing longer, hang on. Yeah, I kind of just did like most, if not all of this with the trident.
Hey, didn't even have to look at
point.
the.
Where's the pointy to?
That's a good question.
What were you gonna say, Chetland?
Didn't even have to look at the checklist to find out what you were missing on that one.
It was a pretty relatively simple one. That's why I was okay with doing it. But yeah, card game has been going steadily downhill, and it's frustrating.
The sacred geometry, the 6 fingers.
Clean the fishing boat. That'll be for next time.
Next time, it's the end game. Are you excited?
Kinda, yeah, actually.
I didn't know there was an end game.
I wasn't expecting the plot to fucking ramp like this.
I mean, has it ramped?
No, we were just... Let me see if I could go to, like, what we completed. Like, our jobs are relatively simple. Clean your new van, clean the playground, clean the shoe house. But, like, at about... here-ish, I want to say... either the fire station, the fire truck, but definitely at, the mayor's mansion and the fire helicopter, a plot started unfolding that seemed mundane at first, and then then it escalated to, hey, the like, that dumbass millionaire that's been, like, digging around with the drill and laser beams has pissed off the volcano. We gotta evacuate. Wait, what are you saying? A mermaid statue god is calming the volcano down?
Pull up the DLC menus for Chitlin. Okay.
Ah.
Let's do that.
I'm guessing it would be, specials? So
Yep.
you could do seasonals, Wallace and Gromit, Shrek, Alice in Wonderland, Warhammer 40k, Back to the Future, SpongeBob SquarePants, Final Fantasy, and Tomb Raider.
Ah, Tomb Raider that'd be interesting. Cleaning Croft Manor.
I believe that is the one they're advertising.
Yeah.
The one for 40k, there is a vehicle that someone in the chat openly expressed their disdain that it took them 6 hours to clean.
Oh, Jesus. So, PowerWash Simulator is just... it's the job game version of Dave the Diver, huh?
Yeah,
Just-
kinda.
Just crossing over with everything.
7 hours. I'm being corrected.
7
hours. And yeah, I've seen what they call the Thunderhawk in person. I could see how that's a fucking nightmare to clean.
Yeah, because I was the one who was cleaning it, wasn't I?
Yeah, that was one I saw, definitely, but I've also seen a Thunderhawk model in person. It's very elaborate. But yeah, we'll call it there for the evening. A little bit longer as a treat, but also I'm fucking enraptured, and that's weird to say.
I mean, it looks like a perfect game for what it is, so...
I'll say
It's doing what it does, right.